How are we doing today, chat? Welcome in everybody to the next episode of BMad. First thing we're going to do, as always, is check to see if our guest can be heard. You guys want to speak?
Hello.
Do we have to talk?
You have to
Oh
speak
wait,
at
we're
this one.
talking on this.
Yes.
Oh man, nobody told me that.
Yes. Yo, Court Fuchsius, thank you for the raid.
I thought we were typing.
No. Yeah, this is text roleplay now.
I thought it was slash me. Gets interviewed.
Slash me. Yes. Absolutely it is. I just want to say, everybody, can every single person put F's in chats, because Chubbs told me he was too busy to help me co-host tonight, and I just saw him open Payday 3. So fuck you, buddy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, called out.
All right.
Your own managers.
How does it feel, Nightly, to know that your BFF would rather sit in queue for 3 hours with no action and be on BMad?
To be honest with you, my two BFFs and only two of BFFs are already here, which is AD and Tony.
Oh, there you go.
That's right. There you go.
Dedication and question. Court, you are this close, Court, to taking over Chubbs' position.
Oh,
that's a thing.
Ooh.
That's a thing. So first off,
drama.
We're doing drama right here. You want to talk about drama? We're going to talk about that Navy fight
Dun,
in a few
dun.
minutes.
Get into it.
Right
So I'm a great co-host. Brandon, you know what? At least you're always here, unlike some people. Am I right, Chubbs? All right.
Oh, Chubbs demoted to mere acquaintance
First
instead
off,
of
happy
BFF.
birthday. Thank you. Yes, by the way, everybody, it is my birthday. Thank you for all the wishes everywhere. I appreciate it. I didn't put birthday in my stream title because
thanks for checking in.
it's about our guests, not about me. Okay.
Well, that's a first.
Every other night's about me. One night, okay, Sahara? One night. He's right. I'll leave my door key on the desk. That's fine, Chubbs. That's fine. You can leave me the Discord too.
Oh.
Thank you for the birthday wishes, everybody. How's everybody? And thank you for coming in. Oren, thank you for the follow. So chat, if you're new here, I'm going to tell you this right now. I kind of ignore the fuck out of you guys during these interviews because I want to talk to these guys. If you have clips or anything you want to be shown, join the Discord or send it to one of the mods. We'll view it on stream. Other than that, thank you for all the support in chat tonight. Thank you for everything. I appreciate it. Yo, Fat Life, thank you for the gifted sub to Court. Anyways, thank you guys for coming on. We have a specialty bosun edition, which just happens to be a big topic right now in the Navy. Bosuns. Right? And we will dive deep into this conversation, I'm sure, as the night goes on. But first off, I want you guys to kind of introduce yourselves and basically explain how you got into roleplay. It doesn't have to be Atlas. Your very first roleplay experience and how you ended up here. But you don't have to get like here. That's how you start in roleplay.
Well, who are you calling on first?
First, yeah.
We'll go egg first because she's at the top up here with me.
Hello. My name is Egg Eggs. Egg Enjoyer. I started out and I'm currently in the Navy right now. I started out role playing. Oh my god. I mean, how would I count just like regular like text-based stuff?
Like
D&D.
I'm letting you know right now, Egu, we went all the way back to Habbo Hotel in the last episode of how far back somebody started role playing.
Wow.
Okay? Like we're talking AOL stuff too. Like we've been there.
Oh god,
We've
the
been
chat
there.
rooms. Oh, dude, yeah. If we want to go back, if we want to go all the way back to like AOL chat rooms, like I remember like some of my first like online experiences was being on AOL, 100% underage, going and doing these like going into chat rooms that were like tavern RP of like, you know, totally just like D&D tavern RP, like total just tech, obviously just text RP. And yeah, so if we want to go all the way back,
I'm not calling out everybody who did text RP, but a lot of you text RPers that I've talked to also write smut on the side.
Look, there is an overlap in that Venn diagram. I'm not gonna deny it. All right, there is a middle spot in that Venn diagram, I'm sure.
It's been confirmed that egg writes smut on the side, chat. All right. Under
now
her,
listen, that's a multi-billion-dollar industry. So if that's the way she pays her mortgage, God bless.
You can take a look at it, guys, because her writer's name, or what's the term, Sahara, I'm thinking of, where they have like a fake name? What's it?
Oh, the nom de plume.
The nom de plume is spoiled eggs. For
wow.
Steal that. Write that down.
Write it down. Writing it down. Taking my notes. Copyright, patent pending.
Thank you,
my marketing team.
Yeah, there you go, marketing team. Just so you know, if you're looking to hire a manager, don't hire the same one that I do. Anyways.
Fair enough.
The hits just keep coming.
Oh man, Chubbs. I have to give it to Chubbs. He did get on to help me make the layout today because he was busy playing Payday 3. But he did take some time.
Busy.
Well, he did have a lot of time to kill waiting for a queue, you know.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, nobody can get into Payday 3. And like AD and I were in queue for 40 minutes to play one game. So, anyways, sorry. Back to so you were AOL D&D tavern style
AOL,
/ smut
RPing.
Yes.
Yeah. Fast forward to like, I want to say like maybe like 2020.
Yeah.
Randomly fell into GTRP. This was like pre No Pixel 2.0, still like 64 pop servers.
OG times technically still.
Yeah, right. Fell into that for a little while. Hopped on over to Arc, which, you know, you can start to see the train of thought where it was like got into Arc RP, where I was in a Game of Thrones inspired Arc server, which, you know, okay. That had its place. And then I think just found Darkside through kind of like a tangential. I don't even know how I found Darkside, come to think of it.
I can tell you that a Game of Thrones Arc edition would be kind of cool. I'm not a big Arc fan, and I would totally play that.
Yeah, it was super fun. It was very PvP heavy. You know, obviously like all the mounts were like super cool. We didn't have any dinosaurs, but we like had like, you know, I think we were in like the Baratheon faction. So we had the stags. Stags were like our main mount. We had like the wildlings, like they had, I want to say, the rhinos. Like every faction / house had their own mounts. It was actually pretty cool. And then yeah, just like I came into Atlas 5.5. I didn't know anybody. It was kind of one of those things where I had some things go on and I kind of fell off the RP scene.
Yep.
And, you know, I think I was a fan of like Fist of the Walrus first, and found kind of everyone through that. And
then you became,
and I said, fuck it.
Then you became one of Trippy's.
And well, yeah, that was at the end of 5.5 when he came into the Navy. You know, the hanging one day, and then the nine people hung one day, and then the next day nine new recruits. Cadets came in.
9 recruits.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah.
Yeah. Started role playing with you know, Trippy and his whole group, and just very randomly, like, you know, just started chatting and got roped up into that whole mess, and you know, here I am.
Yeah. Trippy's group is a mess. Before we move on to Sahara, have at any point you been on the front of Trippy's ship talking to Trippy at 4
God.
a.m? Or are you currently married to Trippy in the game?
Have you now, or have been ever personally victimized by Trippy?
Personally victimized by Trippy. This is now a support group of Trippy.
This is now a class action lawsuit.
Let's just say the divorce lawyers are making bank this year.
There's a reason we have Sahara in here. She can give great advice. She played Go ahead.
This drama got a lot more real.
Yeah.
This is what happens in After Dark, man. I told you. Like, as soon as I knew we had an ass cheek on the show, I'm like, there ain't no going back now. We're just going deep into this.
Wow.
The ceiling has been set.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going deep, almost as deep as 3 Navy ships on the bottom of the sea floor this evening.
We will talk about that.
Oh no.
So we
I'm
can
just
talk...
letting you know right now I'm going to be terrible this entire show, so sorry.
No, it's fine. That's what the point of the show is. We're going to talk about that whole situation, but I want people to know who you guys are. Sahara, when'd you get an RP?
Hello. You know what? I'm going to be because I'm old. I'm
Yeah.
going to be your current reigning champion over who started RPing the earliest because I'm an old lady. So my answer is back when Dungeons and Dragons was still controversial and thought to lead to Satanism, aka in the 1980s. Fortunately, my parents were both like stealth boomer nerds,
Yeah.
and they had like Dungeons and Dragons books around the house, and my mother's collection of like fantasy and science fiction novels takes up about I don't know, about 300 cubic feet of bookshelves, and that she still has. So she has like an entire library of speculative fiction and fantasy novels that I grew up with. So yeah, I was sort of like destined. So that's when I started when I was a kid, and then I kind of took a break for a really long time, and because I was busy doing like going to college, going to law school, working 80 hours a week at a law firm. I didn't really have time for, life. And then when I left private practice and started working for the man, I had a lot more free time. So I got back into like computer gaming, and eventually got into, I found a couple of role play like games. The first like actual video game based RP I did was not that long ago, 2018. There's a very tiny RP scene in EVE Online, which I do not recommend to anyone because it's a terrible game and no one should play it.
Hey, Sahara, how many hours do you have on EVE?
Oh God, don't. That's not fair. That's mean. Why would you ask me such a like thousands, thousands, and thousands and thousands? Yeah, so many that I ended up like running an entire alliance of basically like bad guys, and that was and it turned out to be like an RP alliance. So I ended up being space mom to like 200 nerds that really just liked to like fuck over everybody that they possibly could.
Yep.
And I got introduced to that. It was all text-based RP because EVE Online is like this ancient game from 2003 that really hasn't been updated very well.
Yep.
And so and I just started kind of RPing with them. I was like, oh well, I could do this. And that's how I ended up on Atlas, actually, was because one of my space nerds in EVE said, hey, you like Atlas? And I was like, damn right I like Atlas. I had like 4,000 hours into Atlas before, by this point just playing, regular PvP or whatever, private servers. And he said, well, there's this role play server, have you heard about this group called Dark Side? And I was like, no, what is this? And so that was how I got involved in Darkside. And then I met Knightley and his crew. By the way, best way to get an invitation into Knightley's crew is to just start making fun of him relentlessly. In fact, we should find that clip. We should find that clip sometime. Yeah, and show that.
We don't need to watch that clip, right?
We definitely should. I know Chubbs has that archived, and if you need another link, yeah. So that was basically
Chubbs?
my audition.
Chubbs doesn't have access to this channel anymore, so.
Oh, got it. Right.
Yeah. Material.
Yeah. So it turns out my audition to Blackmire was basically just chirping Jay for like brutally, and then making fun of him by writing the Hardtack Times about him being the leader of a boy band, for all of 5.0. So that was pretty fun. And then he was like, let's do this, GTA thing. And I was like, oh, well, what's this GTA thing? And so he's basically TLDR, it's Knightley's fault. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, when we found you, before we found you, we heard you quit the server. And then we reached out to you and we said, get your shit back here.
Yeah, I had a bad experience, and then that's right. And the Blackmire crew kind of rescued me because I probably wouldn't be doing RP stuff except that they said, no, just your character's permit, cool, make a new one, come hang out with us, and we'll get back into it. And I'm so glad that you did. Because it has been so much fun ever since.
So before we do anything, Trippy, thank you for the huge rage of 103. We are going to talk about what happened. We have Bosun's here we're going to talk about if they would check to see if there was metal on the ship before going into a siege. We will talk about that soon, chat. I can promise you that, all right?
Metal? Who needs metal? Why is that important?
Yeah,
That's not important.
yeah. After the first
Maybe like
broadside.
10, you need like 10 metal. It's
I mean,
a
nobody
handful.
carries resources anyways. Anyway, isn't it like 15 to 20 planks and gunposts
Yeah.
per ship now anyways, right?
Yeah. Just a couple.
You know? You want to talk about the siege? Let's go. Steph says, I will talk about the siege, but it might be harsh on the Navy side. Anyways, Sailor, hi, how are you? How did you get into
Hello.
roleplay?
When did ARC release? Because I've never done text RP or anything like that. I was fully introduced to it by ARC. I started out just playing it normally on a random PvE server and loved dinosaurs, thought it was a really great game. And somebody invited me to a YouTube PvP server. I think it was Devil Dog Gamer or
Yep.
Gaming, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, so played on there and it was really fun. And I met somebody on there who told me about roleplay. And I was like, roleplay? Well, not what I was thinking of. I had a whole different like view of what roleplay was. So I was like, okay, well, let me check it out. So I watched some streams and I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool.
You thought it was all cheerleader porn, didn't you?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what you thought.
Yeah, I definitely thought roleplay, like in a video game, would just be like people being nasty, and
So Zeus
I
is
heard
calling
about,
you
like,
out. Zeus Slayer,
ERP.
Evangelical religious prayer.
Hey, Sailor, Zeus Slayer is calling you out right now, by the way.
Is he? I've known
Sailor's
forever.
gone from that to peeing on houses and gun smoke to sinking ships.
Yeah, it's been a journey. Yeah, so I learned about I think it was just called ARC RP was the server. And I tried out on there and I tried a kid character because there was a streamer at the time, Let's Make Friends, lovely, miss her. She played a kid character. And so I was like, oh, I can do a voice like that. And so I played on there. I loved it, had lots of fun. But I wanted to play on the server that I was watching on Twitch, which was the Twitch RP server.
Yep.
And so I was not a streamer at the time, or I had like streamed a couple times. And I applied for the server, but it was like really hard to get into because you like had to know somebody. And I actually got in on a whitelist glitch one day. And I went in and I RP'd with people like Lexi and Let's Make Friends and Mad
Yep.
Morph. And they ended up liking my RP so much that when everybody was kicked out that got in on the whitelist glitch, they were like, hey, we want her in our server. So that was like season 2, I think. And ever since then, it's kind of been my whole thing. I made my whole streaming career about it.
Yep.
I went from ARC. I played on the Western Gunsmoke server, which was really fun. I really miss that server. It was really, really fun. I got into Dark Side from their ARC server. So I was like beginning of Dark Side pretty much.
Yeah.
I only played one season of that because I wasn't into the whole like Viking primitive type RP that was going on. And Gunsmoke had all of my attention. And when Atlas launched, I was kind of hesitant at first. I was like, this doesn't really look like my kind of game. Then I saw how much fun everybody was having. So I hopped in and it's been like crack ever since. I love it so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Neffy, I'm sorry that I made you go last because I know you are. I'm going to call you out here for being the youngest in the room right now. So I'm sure your RP started not as far back as the rest of us, but
a year ago.
tell us 10 minutes ago, as soon as you told me you're going to be on the show. What's up?
Actually, I was like, maybe I should try this dark side thing.
So Neffy, go ahead. When did you get into
Neffy.
roleplay?
First of all, I just want to say I'm a member of Strong Arm, proud. Strong Arm, represent. No.
All right, ban him.
Boo!
Ban him. Ban him, chat. We're going to ban him.
Get out of here.
Just kidding. I sell a lot of newspapers because of you.
So true.
Yeah, we saw him too. No, I started role playing in like 2017, so it really was not that long ago.
Yeah.
I started on, it was a Discord roleplay server. It was Lord of the Rings, but based off the game Shadow of War.
Great
The
game.
Lord of the Rings.
Great game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was in that community, and then I started Discord RPing, text RPing, and then I did that for a few years. Just like I would do like Lord of the Rings.
So was Discord
made up
RP morely
fantasy.
text RP, or was it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Purely text RP.
Okay.
So, and that honestly, those were like the servers I was allowed to be on, because most text RP servers, Discord text RP servers, you were allowed to be a minor.
Yeah.
And then I started role playing on a game called Mordhau.
Also a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was also text RP. It was, above your head. You would.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun. I had so much fun on Mordhau. And then a group of people from Mordhau were like, "Hey, we should try this Conan game." I had never played Conan before. I actually did play D&D. I did like do a lot of DMing for D&D before that, but so I started playing Conan.
Mhm.
The moment I was allowed to play Conan, I started playing Conan, and then became addicted to it and played that for a long time. That's where I met like Turbo and Dem.
You say you
them
must have played on their Conan server then, right?
No, I mean, yeah. That was like I started playing Conan about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I met them on a server called Time of Origins.
Okay.
Was the name of the server.
Were you not a Flex?
I stopped playing Conan when Atlas 5.5 started.
Well, that was we did the Conan thing in between 5.5 and 6.0 when Turbo had his server up.
I think I logged like 6,000 hours in a year and a half, 2 years, and it was like I was addicted to it. I was like, I need to stop. This is a problem. So I stopped.
So you're very experienced in ERP then, if you've been on Conan for that many times.
For sure.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Dong sliding.
The whole time, Chad.
No. Not quite.
That's good. And then you met them, and then did you come to Atlas to play with Turbo and Dems, or did you come play with a different group and then realize they were here?
No, I started playing with Zeracon.
Okay, yeah.
Zeracon. I started playing with Zeracon. I heard about Atlas in the time between 4 and 5 or 4.5, I don't know. And then I started watching Highline's VODs.
Yep.
That he'd posted. I was like, man, this looks so cool. And so I started playing 5.0, and I love Atlas combat so much. So that's how I started playing Atlas.
It makes it very addicting, the combat. Yeah.
But then no, I joined Turbo and Dem when Strong Arm started. But I knew them, and I was like, we had plans for me to join them. But
nice. And now you love it. And then they basically took you in under their wing, and now you're in Dems and Turbo. Strong Arm. Forever.
Probably Strong Arm forever.
You ever wanted to join a pirate company?
I really want to be a pirate.
Yeah. We have room.
Yeah. I can't leave Strong Arm. I would never leave my boys.
Oh, okay. Okay. We'll talk about it after. Don't worry. They don't need to know about that. We'll talk about it.
Right. Okay.
Everyone has a price. All I'm saying.
All I'm saying is I'm gonna need a bosun soon if Trippy goes pirate. So.
Well.
No, I'm keeping Sailor. You can't leave.
It's already started.
Listen, Trippy has enough wives. Okay, I just want one.
Nefertiti, so who is who on here? So Eggs is a Navy bosun. Sahara and Sailor are Blackmire's bosun, and Neffy is Strong Arm's bosun. So we have a pirate, a Navy, couple pirates, a Navy, and a privateer. All right.
I think Sailor and I qualify as like one bosun because we're like Vulcan mind melded, you know. We're just
like super.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Sarah. I was in another Discord today talking, and they said they were gonna take both of my bosuns. So
good luck.
So welfare checks on Bonnet though. So
Oh no.
So let's talk about some other stuff. Why do you guys keep coming back to Atlas? Like, is it like Nephi said he loves the combat? Now, mind you, some of us here have been playing for like, I don't know, 4 seasons, 5 seasons now. I didn't play the first one, but why Dark Side? Is it Dark Side that brings you back, like the community, the people you're playing with, or like do you just obsess with Atlas that much?
Let's be honest. No one we're not staying because purely of Atlas with all the fuckery and the headaches and the shenanigans that come with, I technical issues, let's just say. It's definitely always been about the people. I mean, especially like um for me at least, like, again, coming from Arc or GTA, where it's like, it's a much smaller map. You
Yeah.
see the same people. There's something just about like going out on a ship, meeting, just the most random people. Like, I mean, there's, hundreds of people between, all the different servers, and, the PvP is so much fun. Ship combat is like, beyond insane, the way that, an entire crew of, 15 to 25 people can coordinate, and, you know, people playing their roles. And I don't know. It's just when you get into those ship combats, like I don't know, it just scratches that itch.
I have to.
I agree with that.
Oh,
Go ahead, Nephew.
yeah. I love the ship combat, and I think like but it's not just that. Like Atlas is not like a like compared to at least like my comparison is Conan. It's not an amazing RP median.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all the fuckery and like But the thing probably more than Atlas combat, the thing I love most is I remember it was the end of 5.0 and I was at a Navy wedding, and it was on 3 ships after the fucking pirate war. There was 3 ships, and there was like 80 people, maybe more like 60 people, just all in that like small area watching this. And it was like, for me, it was like, wow, that's an entire like my other like examples of role play. That's an entire server
Server.
in one place,
Yeah.
and that's a fraction of the population. So like the scope of it, I love like being able to uh have 60 people like or 100 people in a small space all working together or fighting is just like that's amazing to me.
Well, like I think Nephew, I think like the other thing is that kind of sucks for you because you didn't play 4.0, right? Or 3.0.
Yeah.
Like the numbers back in 3.0 and 4.0 were massive.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like you could go sailing
I
and you could like
heard.
or you didn't either, eggs. Like Sailor can tell
Yeah.
you. I don't even think Sahara played 4.0, right?
Nope.
So
5.0 was my first one.
So Sailor can tell you that like in 4.0, like when you would sail, you would see like 5 or 6 Civ ships every grid. And like instead of like as of right now on the server, when you sail and you see another ship, there's like a 80% chance it's somebody who's gonna fight a pirate or someone who's gonna fight a navy or whatever, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Back in that day, you would hit like 8 civs that night, and then you might find a privateer or you might find another pirate. And it was a lot. It was crazy. The numbers back then were nuts. I forget what the question I was asked because I'm reading chat because somebody asked a really good question. What's up, Solution? 3.0 was crazy. I agree. So Stepsis K actually asked a question that you guys can answer. Why do you guys like bosoning? You can be honest because she's genuinely curious.
Oh, that's a really good question.
I like it because I'm sweaty.
You like it because you're sweaty?
I like it because I'm sweaty and I like the attention. It's fun, you know. Like I'm the reason the ship is staying. I'm being honest, okay. I'm the reason the ship is staying up, right? And everybody acknowledges that.
Yep.
And everybody congratulates that, and I just so happen to also be good at it. So
it's the same. It's a double-edged sword because if the ship sinks, they're like, this fucking bosun sucks.
Yeah,
sure.
And also I genuinely like the mechanics of it, and like I bosun differently than most that I've seen. Like everyone that's been on a ship with me can attest, like I am like just zooming I am cracked out, running everywhere. I'm super fast. I'm checking everything super quick. The sales are tattered. I normally am already on it before it's even called out because I'm just like hearing everything, but I stay so calm because it's like I think it's an ADHD thing, honestly, because it's like there's so many things I'm having to focus my attention on. It's like zen. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh
That's
my
it.
god,
Yeah,
that could be it.
That's literally what I was gonna say. That was the exact words I was gonna use. Is it scratches my ADHD? It's like
Yeah.
there's 1,000 things to look at once.
You
Like,
all
that's the way I
Muslims
describe
have
it to people.
So,
ADHD.
do all of
Yeah.
you have ADHD?
Yeah, I do.
Do you know that
again,
this
middle
year
part of that Venn diagram.
did you know like this year I was after years of wondering like what the fuck was wrong with me in some ways, I was actually just diagnosed with ADHD.
So chat, here's what's
Yeah.
up. If you need
So,
a good,
yeah,
if you
okay.
need a good BOSIN's chat, you got to go to a clinic where they're doing ADHD people, and you need to hire them up right away.
Like someone with ADHD, yeah.
We found the secret for BOSINs. Hey man, listen, this
Yeah.
Atlas season's coming out, and do you have ADHD? Because I need a BOSIN.
I was
so
I was
funny.
thinking about this too because like I was thinking about it and someone had brought it up to me because I also like playing support classes.
Yes, that's
Like
true.
why do I always
That's
gravitate
true.
to these like, you know, like
Thank you.
we're not the ones, you know, we're not the front lines.
Yes.
We're not, you know, taking everything down, but like if you lose us, if you don't take care of us, like you will get absolutely fucking wrecked. So
Well,
it's like
I think a
part
lot, like,
part praise kink, part, you know, just that like
Yeah.
I need to take care of something and I need to be in charge of this one thing, but it's like
Yeah.
it's still that like you don't know that I'm not doing a good job and like you're not supposed to know that I'm doing my job because you're supposed to keep focused on what you're doing and not worried about what I'm doing because I'm
Exactly.
managing
can-
all my
Mhm.
shit.
I
Don't
can
worry
tell
about
you,
it.
like the first thing of a good captain, and Solutions in chat right now can contest to this because he's a great captain too. That the first thing as a good captain, as soon as you think you're a good captain, you need to find a bosun that suits your fighting style, right? Because you could be you could be perfect at like, you know, like angles or whatever, right? But if you don't have a bosun that understands your style, then like you're in trouble. Like you're in so much trouble as a captain, right?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, in Knightley's case, it's more like he's like, "All right, Sahara, I gotta warn you, we're gonna go smooch this enemy ship, and we're gonna take a lot of damage. So, and then just as you've got everything topped up, we're gonna go smooch it again and ruin all of your work, and you've got to be okay with that." Okay.
I'm a brawler, so it's just my style. And there's other people out there, you know.
I think there's really something I like. What Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just saying I think every captain I've boasted for has been a brawler pretty much.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of dovetail off of what Egg said. Yeah, it's that sort of reward if you are somebody who apparently has ADHD. Because like I think all of us can agree here that like when things are the most chaotic and nuts, the calmer we feel. It's like the opposite of you know, neurotypical people. Like, and I've known that about myself my entire life. I just thought it was a weird, you know, quirk. I didn't realize there was a whole, you know, a whole thing to it. But having that sort of cool under pressure is like the top thing because there are going to be 75 things that you could do. You have to know how to pay attention to and understand which ones matter and which ones don't. And then for me, it just becomes like second nature.
Yeah.
So and then I think there's also a significant personality to that. You know, are you the kind of person who plays support class in every single online game or have you been a healer in WoW for the past 15 years? We have a job for you.
So now we have another thing to add to the chart. Have you played WoW?
Right.
Do you play a healer? And do you have ADHD? Because we need bosuns.
Check.
You know, ironically, yeah. That's the one thing I never did in WoW was play a healer. I never played a healer. I was always a warlock because numbers go high.
Yeah, same. I was
tell you
always
what, you would like
DPS in
healing.
WoW because
It looks
numbers.
fun.
Because someone's
I'm
making
not a support player.
someone's making an Eve reference for you, Sahara, in chat. Were you a shield booster on Eve? I don't even know what that means. Oh, Sahara's gone quiet.
shield booster. No, I was not a shield booster on Eve. You know, it was even worse. I was even worse support class. I was the fucking Logi anchor.
Whatever that means.
So if you played Eve, you know what that is.
that
That's
mean?
basically the king of the healers.
Yeah. I love those. Those are cool.
Oh my god.
Neffy, I know you've been chiming in every once in a while, same with Sailor, or Sailor jumped in, or Eggs, or whatever. The reason you guys play, any other ADHD reasons you play as a healer, or as a bosun, sorry? Just the attention?
I mean, that's okay. My company usually calls me dumb. No, I'm kidding. No, they don't. They don't. It's fine. No, yeah, I think like that, and then like managing a lot of stuff is fun too. Like figuring out how much, like, okay, when should I hit this plank, or should I let this one fall, or should I pull this one, or like that type of thing is like, it's also like calculation numbers. Like I'm a big like percentage giver. I'll give percentages of the ship side.
Yeah.
To see like this is what we're at right now, and like that's like fun because like I hate math, but I do like
Same.
giving statistical data, and so that's nice for me. Like giving that to like my captain or everyone is fun.
So then let's like bridge off this question, right? Do you guys prefer to be the voice on the ship during the fight, or do you enjoy it when the captain is like communicating what he's about to do? Because we've all had those captains where they do things or without like speaking loudly, so that you guys are kind of left off guard. Like, what is your favorite type of captain to bosun for, I guess I should say? And if you say Dems and Turbo, Neffy, I swear.
Well, that's a whole different subject of Dems and Turbo, because they're so different. They're so different.
They are definitely
which
different.
is fun, which is really fun to switch it up. But I like personally, I like when damage is called. It's like this is happening on this side, so I can prepare for it.
Yep.
But I also like in the idea of like, I don't like telling my captain like, we need to leave, or like, you should leave. I don't like telling the captain what to do.
Yeah.
Or like, I tell them like, this is what's happening. This is how your ship is. It's up to you to decide what you're gonna do. Because I know that if I was sailing and someone was like, leave right now, and I'm like, but I want to press this, and I feel like maybe we can bucket, or like we can survive this, I would be annoyed. I'd be like, stop it! Don't stop telling me what to do. So I don't like saying what to do. So captains that are like that enjoy that, like, I'm just gonna tell them how it is.
My favorite version of telling them that without telling them that is, I'll just be like, hey captain, are we bucketing home tonight? and they say yes, and I'm like, all right, let's fucking go.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for that moment when I can say to Nightly, I can channel my inner Mr. Scott and be like, she can't take much more of this, Captain.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
even if you did
'cause-
say that, that just speaks to me to like,
I know.
we can go in again.
I know Captain Kirk over here would be like, and it would be like, you know, running speed, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's the thing too with like being in the Navy and being a bosun in the Navy, is that number one, they bosun, as far as I understand, very, very differently than pirates or privateers go. Like you know,
Sure.
you're meant to, you can go on to any ship with any captain, any crew, any other secondary bosun, and still perform your job well.
I've said this to every Navy person on here. I give you guys so many props for not being on the same crew and the same ship every time to get your like Sailor and Sahara and I have, and I'm sure Neffy and Turbo and them have that synergy because it's them at the start. You know, might be shaky off the start, but then like Sailor learned with our group, because it's the first time she's bosuned with us. If she yells for a bucket, our company never yells for buckets until we're almost gonna die. So she yelled for bucket when we were missing like 2 planks, and my entire crew got off of it and ran down to bucket.
I was so confused.
That
so
was funny.
That's why
Yeah, we had
What's happening right now? I just need one bucket,
Yeah,
guys. Just one.
yeah.
we had to have a chat. We were like, no, bucket last resort.
Yeah. We do bucket last resort. But like I give the Navy like even like Trippy as a captain now, and like all of them. I know like you have like your core 5 on the Navy that you know all your buddies play with, but like different cannoneers, different bosuns on your ships. Props to you guys, because I'm a big person on synergy. Right?
Oh yeah, and that's when
Yeah.
when you know, when we're able to, because like, you know, we have our like our core group. Like we have, you know, the captain's houses and stuff like that, where you start getting that synergy. And I love that shit, because like you, between your captain, your cannoneers, like it's nice to, again, just to not have to think about it. Like if I'm, you know, I'm already thinking about, you know, 1,000 things, like I don't want to have to think, okay, is my secondary bosun you know, hammering the shit out of railings right now? Like like
Oh, God.
is that something that I have to manage as well? You know, do I have to manage, like, you know, my, you know, cannoneers, like knowing when to tap up planks and stuff like that? Like, yeah, the bosuning system in the Navy is, you know, it gets you kind of prepared for anything and everything. And you definitely, I feel like, have to overcompensate for a lot of
But at the
how
same
do I
at the
wanna
same
put
point
this?
though, like you have to have that you have to have that little bit of like Navy reassurance that even if the captain made a mistake or you got sucked out with all the ports and gun ports on you, that you have 20 bucketers. You know what I mean? Like you have that level of
Yes.
security where like as soon as my crew sees the ship start to sink, their first instance is, when can we board, Cap? And I'm like, well, we need bucketers.
Yeah.
And they're like, no,
Yeah.
we're gonna board the ship. And I'm like,
Yeah.
That's the first thing Strong Arm does. Like, all right, when can we board?
yeah, you know, we could still make it home. We could still make it home. No, we're gonna
That's how I am.
board. You know.
That's how I am. We can still make it home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nightly, you
know-
mentioned the you know, if you fall out of the ship as a bosun. I just want to mention, I mentioned this before the show started. You are not a true bosun until you have gone overboard, because the plank that you were working on, probably the aft plank on the second tier, fell out from under you and your ass fell in the water. That then you know you're a real bosun.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The only person or persons that I will turn a ship around in the middle of a fight to get is a bosun. If Chubbs falls off the ship, Tony falls off the ship, it don't matter to me, bro. I'm
glad you mentioned Tony, because you mentioned Chubbs and you just probably wouldn't have gone back for him anyway.
I am not stopping. And you know, like, so especially if it's bi-coastal, I throw him off the ship. Okay. I don't know why he keeps coming back. But
I like what Mel said. Bosuns train their captains. That is a fair point, because if you get into a situation where, you know, and again, it's tough because the Navy, again, everyone kind of has their own style and their own kind of you know, way that they like to do things. But, you know, no matter what, if you listen to your bosun and take care of your bosun, they will take care of you.
I know that I'm like, I started boasting 5.5.
Yep.
And I started boasting for Dem. And then I kept boasting for Dem. And now this season I'm boasting for Dem. So I've been with Dem for my entire bosun career. Obviously Turbo too, but mostly Dem. So I, like, you know, I got my Dem killer's pride for my bosun ship. And but yeah, like, that's
the good news about Dems is he's a brawler, so you learned in chaos.
Yeah, he is a brawler.
Right.
He will, yeah, for sure.
That's what I learned.
Yeah, if you're it's a lot harder for a newer bosun to learn from, like captains who stay at the perfect range to do pop shots, like in and outs, compared to, and I have to say there's a lot more brawler style captains out there now than there used to be. Like, I think Sailor can agree to that. Like back in in like 4.0 or 3.0, there was a lot of, like, because like the meta on official was large cannons from a distance, and you would just go pew pew, and that's all it was, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, shotgun guns were meta, like Zarikon said. But now, like, when people like to brawl, a lot more people are like, let's just get in there and cannons blow up, spike shots everywhere, and when you're
so much more fun.
Yeah,
it's so much more fun than official.
More fun. Yeah,
What's up, B?
It's chaotic, but it's fun.
Yeah, and
you know who loves getting close to spike shot?
Who?
The Navy, and then losing 3 ships.
So since it's been brought up like 5 times,
their own spike shot.
Chat, would you like to talk about tonight's raid, chat? Would you like to talk about tonight's raid with the wonderful bosuns?
Was there any bosun in the seas who could save those ships? I don't think so.
Solutions. No, tell me the story, Daddy.
Gather around, children.
So the question is, chat, as a bosun, would you check your resources before you leave the port?
Oh, we're starting right out with the knife
right
drawing
we're
blood.
Right in it.
Yeah.
Ooh, all
We're
right.
right in it. We are right
Yeah,
in it, chat. All right, would you check it? So like this is the thing right now, right? So like on Ven's stream, right? People are saying there was shenanigans or sabotage, right? But then it falls onto the bosuns. Did they check? Would you check before you leave?
So here's the thing. Yeah. So let me just. I'm just gonna answer the question by telling a story. So we have been sailing out nightly, you and me, as often as I possibly can on the boat.
Yep.
And we've got great shipwrights, and the shipwrights typically restock a lot of things before out, and then they talk to us. They'll say before we go out, "Oi, I just restocked the ship and blah blah blah." Every single night that we have gone out, while everybody's assembling on the boat, my ass is crouched down, looking in that resource box, counting resources every single night because I trust nobody. And I thought maybe that was just, going. I'm a professionally trained lawyer, so my job is to like not trust anybody and don't take anybody's word, research it and verify everything, whatever. But not one time have I ever not looked in that resource box. And if there's something missing, it was last night.
Rusty.
Last night, I yelled because we were short like 300 wood or something. I was like, we're short 300 wood. Like every single night, every night.
Yeah, same.
I check resources before we go out and before we fight. After we specifically get hit by Ship of the Dam, because we love getting hit by Ship of the Dam.
That's a whole nother question because my two bosuns are gonna love the answer to that question.
Yeah, but in Strong Arm, I have to tell a story.
Yeah, go ahead.
In Strong Arm, it was last season. Every single time I bosuned, I always check the fiber. There was one day I did not go out with the crew. Fiber, sorry, I guess I spoiled it. I always check the ship. I always check the resources.
Yeah.
There's one day I did not go out to crew. We go out to fight the sinners. The sinners at the end of that season were like, we always like fought them. We tried to find the fights with them because we really loved them. We were very even. And I was not there, for the record. And Dem happened to not pack any fiber.
Nice.
So his ship got masted and his ship masted and sunk. And now we make sure that we always have fiber, and that's the meme. We have to pack 50,000 fiber. And now I made a vow at the beginning of the season. I said I will make sure there's every single ship we got on, at least that I'm on, will always be restocked. So much so that I started making sure even the berths behind the ships were always stocked with fiber, so that we always had fiber.
I'm pretty sure most bosuns have fiber in their pockets because it's so light, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I carry 75 wood, 75 thatch, and then 125 fiber.
In your pocket?
Oh, I carry a hell of a lot more than that. I got 1,000 fiber in my pocket before we move.
Well, it's because it doesn't. For me, it doesn't pull the fiber when you repair the sails. I carry it for my hammers personally.
And now,
I carry a little for my hammers.
How many hammers do y'all keep on your belts?
4 on the belt, as many as you can, which is 4. I have 4 on my belt, and then I have 3 in my inventory.
Yeah, I do 3 on my belt, 4 in my pocket.
I only carry 3 because I can just repair them.
Molchain says these guys need stricter captains. He weighs his bosuns to make sure they aren't sneaking on extra repair material.
My combat weight's 140.
Oh yeah, no, I usually just like, if anything, I'm like maybe like 30 fiber. I'm fine.
So Egg, we're gonna go back to
fuck that. I'm close to maxed out, not being able to move. I don't care. We're gonna use those resources.
But I'm like, I
slow
have like
walking
the cocaine because I'm one of those.
Yep.
My bandages, and then just random things that I might need. Always have to have like the food, the water, and stuff like that. So
the number of times that I have like squirreled away wood that ended up being that clutch little bit that we needed. I'm like, all right,
All
I'm wearing
saying-
cloth. Yeah, I'm wearing cloth armor. I'm not wearing metal. I don't have a whole lot of weapons. You know, I'm trading. Yeah.
I might have put an extra 500 wood on the ship last night, and that was the 500 extra that we just so happened to
Hey.
need. That's all I'm saying.
Nice.
Listen, Sailor. We'll talk about this later, okay?
Listen, I
Listen,
felt it in my
Molchain's telling
bones
me I
we
need to start
needed-
weighing you too. It's gonna happen before we go out every time.
We
now.
needed an extra. I felt it in my bones that we needed the little extra last night. Okay.
He's Molchain's calling for execution. You know? So we're gonna.
I
I
have a
have
weight
been a part of a
question.
crew that weighs. Please don't make me go through that again.
To be honest with you, the only people that I'm usually worried about like weighing is the boarders, because some boarders like to sneak on a second set of gear because they know they're not going to make it back, and then I don't let that happen. Right? And Sahara and Sailor can contest. Once you board on my ship once and you die, normally you should stay on the ship no matter what. Like you're gonna go down
Yep.
with the ship
Yeah.
after that, right? Like I don't. We also, you know, I have a couple other big questions, but I want to go back to Eggs because she dodged this question because she's Navy. Do you check the
Okay.
resource box before you go? Because obviously other Navy did not.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. I have been in too many engagements. We already had one you know, where just we came back from a war games. I had just logged on and it was like, all right, it's you know, war games, and we're just hopping on. And yeah, it was one of those moments where like I pulled out my hammer, we were about to start, and I realized that like half of the planks were critical. And I was like, fuck. You know, like we're
Ooh, that's
starting
the
out
worst.
we're starting out already at like this like disadvantage. And it was just kind of one of those things where it's like you get one chance to fuck up, and then from that day on it's like always check. And even
So-
then, like, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, that like you know, I saw what the resources should have been. And yeah, there was definitely as far as just me personally, and we've totally done this where like, you know, we have our like folders of like how things are supposed to be, and you know, and anything like that. But if I know that we're going into a particular sticky situation, I'm just gonna say, hey, Captain, I'm putting, you know, 100 more alloy, or hey, I'm gonna adjust these numbers, and they trust us, you know, or me, I don't know, depending.
I think that's pretty big too, right? Like, and Sailor and Zahara can contest this, but like as a captain myself, I have to trust those two as much as they trust me to know when I need to get out of there. And I think like once, like this is where the synergy comes into play for me. Like when I have synergy with those two, like they know I'm not going to stay in more than that the ship's going to be able to take, and that they're not going to be able to handle, right? So like in a lot of other captains, like a newer captain would, you know, maybe learn the hard way. I do want to ask a question. Molchain or any sinners, are you guys still in chat? I know I just got raided by them. Thank you, Rusty Cog, by the way. I do have a question, and it's kind of meta, but I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna. Did you guys have anything to do with the shenanigans of missing stuff, or was it somebody else? Kind
Well,
of meta.
as far
No idea what was happening.
Yeah, as far as I know, because I was watching Trippy's stream for a
Mhm.
minute, and like as soon as they went into, you know, at any sort of engagement, I like cakes in the chat. That call of, oh fuck, Captain, we have no fucking metal.
All right,
And it was
hold
just
on. We got a
like,
clip. Trippy sent me a clip. Hold on.
Oh,
It was
no.
just that moment of like,
The oh shit
no
moment. It's
shot.
cool.
This takes me a moment to get
And-
it up here. Make sure that they can see it.
Yeah.
You guys can see this clip, yeah?
Yep.
All right.
Starboard side, line them up.
Starboard 5. Medium range. Close range.
Very close, very close, very close. Alright, heavy damage. Keep it going.
Captain, we have a major fucking issue. There is no metal on the ship.
Alright, understood.
I love how the sinners can hear it too. That is an issue.
That is an issue.
Oh, man.
We have a major
Uh,
fucking issue.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
is a major fucking issue.
Oh, hold on.
Cake is also a god tier bosun in the Navy. So I give major props to him because like from that was literally their first broadside, and from that time to all the shenanigans that went through that, there is no way that ship should have stayed afloat
like,
for as long
so
as it did.
I see DJ's in here, right? And DJ, like, here's the question, right? How many times did you switch hammers to see what the fuck? Why can't I repair?
You were like, wait a minute.
What the
wait
am
a
I
minute.
broken right now? Can I get in my
That would've
pockets?
been my thought. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that would have been my thought.
And then you can see him running around on the bottom deck, right? And then he runs up to Trippy, right? So do we actually know why all the Navy sunk today? I mean, so they entered a grid and half of them fell asleep, and then the sinners sunk them, is what I'm assuming, because there's still people awake. I tapped it, saw no minigame, looked up and saw that there was no resources, and my heart dropped. Damn.
Was it
Yeah, I don't-
metal?
Every single bosun out there would just like
just
died
cried out,
inside.
just
Yeah,
died. I was
really.
just like, no.
Oh.
Was it
No
metal that was
way.
missing?
Yeah,
Metal.
Yeah,
Metal.
they had no metal.
There was no metal on the ship when they
that point,
they left.
I would say pick someone and say, get your glider on, get to the top
That
of the crow's
is
nest,
that
glide
is
to the island,
exactly
and
what
come
they
back.
did.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that is exactly what they did.
You know, but like the biggest issue with the whole thing, right? And the sinners are competent when it comes to this. As soon as they would have heard him go, we have an issue, there's no metal on that ship, you damn well know they're sitting there like, we're gonna focus the shit out of this ship right now, right? Because it can't repair.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, all of you. I purposely, like, I am so scared of saying, like, 300 wood remaining when we're next to a ship. So I'm, like,
Yeah.
hyper aware of, like, are they in VoIP range?
Yeah.
Do not say anything negative in that regard.
Yep, I do the same thing.
Okay.
You know, well,
Yeah.
I think there's been there's been times though where we've used that as a trick though, right? Like they'll come up beside us, and be like, we only got 100 wood left, and then they become more aggressive. We're like, nope, we got 5,000, bitch. And then you just sit there and you brawl with them, right?
That's funny.
I'm a big fan of taking them out
You
for
know.
stuff. That one or
Don't
calling
talk.
borders.
Yeah.
Don't talk about the misdirection tactics.
Yeah.
Shh.
No.
I'm writing this down actively. Writing it down.
We also like to yell. I also, when we go broadside, I like to yell 6th and 7th bosun. So the other ship's like, they have 7 bosuns. You know?
Yeah.
That's another one of my favorites.
Yeah, I always love I mean, especially with all the Provo issues, right? Where it's, you know, there's gonna be those shenanigans here and there where, like, you know, you'll hear a call from one ship like, I need cannon 6 bucketer, and then you hear
Yeah.
from the other ship, no, don't start bucketing. Like,
Yeah.
I love that.
That's
back and
that's
forth.
I mean, my favorite diss of the season has been Suki calling me a baked bean. And like and every single time I know it's her on the ship, because she goes, as soon as she sees me, she's like, is that the baked bean? And I'm like, you piece of shit. But
That's
just
so
be
funny.
just to be a captain that ignores resources, 0 wood, no reason to pull out. Hey man, I'm brawl till death, always. So
Well,
the other question, we do have a question in the ask. By the way, chat, if you have any questions, ask away. We will ask these fine bosuns. Is how has the sale pickup been going?
Oh god.
Oh
Oh,
God.
Because I know 3 people here. I don't know if Eggs has picked one up this season, but I
Nope.
do know
Absolutely.
Sahara
I
Sailor
have not picked
has
up one.
picked one up.
Well, very annoying, but after we determined what was the cause of it, we haven't had an issue. So as
Yep,
long
that's
as
right.
Nobody touches our sales but us, and we have our
Yep.
one respective sale each.
There is like
That's-
an in-game mechanic way around it. Like if we kept doing it, I could have like basically admin locked the sale.
Yeah, that's what I was
And then
told.
gave you 2 admins
Yeah.
so that nobody else could pick it. But the issue is if it's admin locked, then you guys fall off the ship. Nobody can repair it,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So then it's kind of one of those like, you know, double-edged swords, right? Yes, it's a great thing, but at the same point, you know, it
We-
could.
Well,
Let-
you
let
got to
them
be able to
start-
trust the people on your ship. You know,
Yeah,
when you say, or in my character is very colorful. If you pendejos touch this sail, I will find each one of you and pour chili powder up your nostrils.
There was a it happened to Strong Arm. There's a clip of it. Not our non-bosun, I'll calling him out, Crab Goblin.
Yeah.
His name's Crab Goblin. He picked it up, and my secondary goes, "Our sail is missing," and like 5 seconds passed, and then you hear me go, "Wait, what?" and turn, and then sprint towards the sail. Like, what the fuck? Did we get masted before? That's before we knew you could pick it up. That was like
Yeah,
right
yeah.
at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
And then you hear my secondary go, "No one else touched the sail, but me and Finch. Don't touch it." So it's like, oh my golly.
I think like the biggest thing, right, is like with the sail pickup. I think a lot of captains, like me specifically, if I see someone's sail get picked up, I make my crew hold off because I'm not trying to like, it's like it's RP. I'm not gonna try to like destroy your ship because like an in-game mechanic fucked you over. Right, and I think a lot of captains this season have been pretty good with like, their sail's gone, like don't jump on them and kill them right away. They give that little bit of leeway, right?
Luckily, you can place it down right away, but then the canvas has to repair and all that.
And
So
It also takes
Yeah.
a shit ton of resources to repair though. Like once you
Yes.
place it, like you go through an outrageously large amount of resources.
yeah.
Yes, very unfortunate.
Yeah, that's enough punishment.
Mhm.
We have another clip. This is from DJ's perspective of him realizing there's no metal on the ship for tonight.
Alright, guys, let him have it.
Oh, it just says
What? Hold on. What are we missing?
My heart.
What are we missing?
My heart.
No.
there's not even a folder in there.
Captain, we have a major fucking issue.
You picked the wrong day.
There's... Captain, we have a major fucking issue. There is no metal on the ship.
Like there's not even a folder there, right? Like
Yeah,
there's
there's
not
no
even a,
folder.
there's not even a
and
folder.
that's-
Heartbreaking.
So do we
Also,
think
just wanna
sabotage
point out-
or what?
100 alloy for as many fucking cannons.
Yeah, what are y'all
as
doing?
they had?
Let's
I have
Right?
questions.
let's critique the fuck out. There's not even like
now,
let's critique the fuck out of this right now.
Critique the resources.
250 stone and 1,000 hide is
Uh,
crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I mean, they were going to war though, right? So like maybe
True.
they added a little bit of extra.
Stone is for what? Harpoons and bells, I think.
Swivels.
Probably
Swivels, yeah.
That's true.
Swivels.
It's,
But, like,
it's all those swivel
Yeah.
cannons, right?
It was, yeah.
That ship was straight out of
Yeah.
the shipyard. Yeah, it's for swivels, heaters and swivels. That was on new ship.
Yeah, brand new.
Was it simply overlooked? I don't know, because like they said they checked it before, so there must have been a folder for metal, right?
Yeah, there's
So-
no way. There's no way that they would have overlooked that. I just don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Those numbers a few days ago. Bosun shipwright need a talking to. Looks like.
So what do we think, chat? One's in chat
Tell 'em,
if you think
Pin. Tell 'em.
one's in chat if you think it was shenanigans, like somebody threw it overboard, or two if you think it was a glitch going through a shimmer, because that's also an option.
What? A glitch in Atlas, this wonderful game with no bugs? What are you talking about?
Looks like ones. There's a
thinking-
lot
I
of
can
ones.
tell you now. I checked
Lot
it
of
and have
ones.
stream of it. I definitely overlooked it.
Wait, somebody said that?
As DJ.
So DJ,
Oh.
so DJ, when you looked at it before you left, was there metal in it or no? Like if you, because you, what time did you start streaming at port? We could look at that. We could be the ones that solve it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Scooby and the gang.
I went. So
Well-
so there was none put on initially, according to DJ.
But there was some talk of like some like while they were at the port shenanigans, because there was some other things with some other ships as well, apparently. But
Y'all got Scooby snacks. Yeah,
Is this
we're,
the part where all the
we're
bosuns
gonna-
start yelling shame?
we're gonna solve it right now.
y'all got games on your phone?
Y'all got games. You have the clip of it.
Yeah.
So do you have a clip of it where like where you looked at it before the ship left? Because we know OOC there was shenanigans going on at the Navy port before. That was too coincidental to say it wasn't sabotage.
There's something about like coordinates being switched.
Yeah. So on as far as I know, again, this is only OC knowledge. I don't. I logged out for like for any of this.
Oh,
Was
hold
that
on. We're
on?
robot. Hold on.
He streams Discord for whatever reason. His Discord gets fucked up randomly.
All
It
good.
goes robo
Okay,
randomly. It's so
check
weird.
that.
You good
Look at
now?
the clip that Bell posted.
All right, let's take a minute.
Restart Provo. Too soon.
Yeah. Did you try?
Can you hear
Did
me?
you try clicking your push to talk 5 times and doing the I can't hear
Yeah.
you emote?
Reconnect. Whisper. Talk. Whisper.
Actually, what I did was unplug it, went back to vanilla.
Marco.
Mm.
To be honest,
Ooh, that is banned on our ships. That is
What?
banned.
No Marco. No Marco Provo. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I just can't do it.
We have signs around our port that says cheese allergy, no provolone.
So I'm gonna be honest
Yeah,
with you.
but no
I'm gonna be honest with you with the Provo. What was it like 2 nights ago when we went out, Sailor and Sahar and all the rest of the guys in here? It was pretty good. Last night was the worst it's been.
Yeah, last night was terrible.
I heard it was
pissed
fine,
me
and then I
off.
heard that.
Yeah. Last night was the worst it's been for us.
I was legitimately upset because most of the fight I didn't hear you at all. I was just hearing all the orders through everyone else, and I didn't hear Sahara.
I think the biggest issue with Provo right now is when you go through shimmers. Like when you switch to a new server is
Yep.
when it gets fucky.
It's fine. Like if you're just at a port chilling, talking with
Yeah.
the homies, it's fine.
Yeah.
But the second you're on a ship, it's not good.
Yeah, it's
The-
on a ship, or when new people like Provo is trying to connect with another user.
Yeah.
It's just like it shits the fucking bed.
Yeah, and it's like I want it to be good because I mean the sound quality is better and stuff, and like there's the potential there. It's just
Well, yeah,
it's
the sound quality on Provo is definitely better than in-game
Yeah.
VoIP. Like
Yeah.
definitely better than in-game VoIP. I can fully hear being called a baked bean on Provo, but when it's working, where like sometimes the wind takes the other people's voices. All right, we're gonna watch this other clip. This is the timestamp of him looking before they left.
Oh, this is
DJ.
Oh, we're solving the mystery now. Scooby Dooby Doo.
So you can see
doo,
before
doo.
they left.
yeah. This is
Right.
before.
Oh,
There's
there it is. No
there's
metal.
No metal. Chat.
Yeah.
No metal.
No metal.
Yeah, so and Ben was talking about it on his stream too, that they on his Indiaman, which uses large planks,
Yeah.
is that there were medium planks stocked for like the restock. But then they changed it all. They took them all off, put the large on, and then before they left again, the medium had been put back on.
Yeah.
So
Who restocks your ships?
So well, the biggest thing that I'm looking at here is maybe like if you're gonna put them in folders, they need to be in their individual folders. Because like if you're looking here, they have a couple of mixed up folders for all you would think of. Maybe there's supposed to be metal in there, right? But like for us, we use folders too,
Right.
but each one has its own folder.
take it out of the folders. Have the folders there for reference.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Take it
yeah.
out of the
Say
folders.
that. I take it out of the folder.
I hate putting it in the folder.
Right, because
That is one thing.
because
I wanna see
mid
it.
fight,
You can't glimpse
you
it.
got to do a resource check, and what I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
go scroll through each, and if you're using Provo, you can't talk and be in your inventory at the same time.
Yeah.
So like I'm gonna open up sequentially each fold. No.
So here's
I remember
go ahead.
I was restocking a ship before we are about to go out, and I'm fine with putting it in when you're restocking, but I always take it out before I go out. And it kept on getting put. I was like, why does it keep on getting put? And I said on the ship, who's putting my
Yeah, okay.
resources in the folder? And the guy goes, me, because there's folders that's log. I said, I am the one looking in this resource box. You are not. Do not touch it. It was so funny. It was like
Pindrop says if you're looking in the box to check resource counts, you're already doing it wrong.
yeah, you can. I usually just
Nice.
look over the repair button. But
Yeah, but roleplay Pindrop, you have to go to the box
I
and
was
look in
gonna say,
at the
my
box. Okay.
immersion pin.
Immersion.
I'm
Okay, Pin.
checking my resource
Okay,
box
Pin.
because that's my roleplay. Apparently.
How
Sorry,
dare you stop
as a-
Boshin's roleplay, Pin?
as a
I just-
sweaty As a sweaty strong arm member, I can't do that. So we
I
don't
just
role play.
simply
in
don't
general.
check it and pass that on to others. Like either Sarah, or if she's doing something, I ask for somebody to give me a count because I don't like taking the time to go look at the numbers because I don't like numbers anyway. You will never catch me counting the resources.
My favorite thing is that sometimes if I'm like, there's been a chance in roleplay, I was down by the resource box and someone's like, how much resources do we have? And I open the box because I'm a captain and not a boss. I'm like, there's some wood in there, a little bit of thatch, some fiber, and it looks like a chunk of metal. And they're like, how much is in there? I'm not a bosun. I don't know. Right?
So the reason,
count this stuff.
yeah, well, I'll be honest. Like a reason that I open up the entire box to look at what's in there too is because when I'm giving Knightley an amount, I know he's not interested in the actual numerical amount.
No.
He wants to know how many more broadsides he can have before we're in trouble. So
725 wood.
Right. I'm giving him
25
percentages.
keratin. Yeah.
Right. Right. No, he doesn't want that.
Speaking of immersion, I have a question for you guys because I remember when this happened in 5.5 and it kind of sent a few waves. But when we started putting things in the hold versus keeping like planks and shit in the like in the boxes and like going to the boxes versus literally just looking down at your feet and checking for the hold. I know that's some people were saying that it caused some sticky pockets or whatever here and there, but like I remember some people being really upset that they were putting the repair parts in like the keel in the hold
in the bilge or whatever in the ship storage.
In the ship storage, yeah.
No shame, ship storage.
We just started doing that like a week.
What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't even know. What?
Using the ship storage, put planks and things in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the box. I like the box.
I mean, I could go either way.
But I'm not a bosun, so.
Yeah, some people it messes with some people. Like if you look in the if you look in the hold or if you look in the ship storage, you get bugged. So
I've never had that issue in playing 5.0 on or whenever the ship holds became a thing. It's never happened to me.
Jedi says he's found out that some people can't even see the ship storage.
Oh damn.
Skill issue.
Definitely a skill issue.
To be honest with you, if your planks and stuff are in there, Jedi, nobody needs to see it but the bosuns.
There you go.
We had a problem where our secondary, or like my secondary that I always bosun with, if he opens a box and it has a book in it, he will crash.
Oh,
he cannot have any writing.
So there's a way to fix that. There's a way to fix that.
Really?
He has to go to single player. He has to go to single player. I forget, what does he have to fix? What does he have to fix again? Something single player.
Yeah, you can't have your inventory sorted at all, so they need to go to single player
and unsort
it. Yeah, and it'll work.
And he'll be able to open anything again.
Yeah, it's been an issue since 5.0.
Oh.
Well, yeah, you have to.
Regardless, our letter of marque, we used to carry it in our hold because it was easier to get, and so he crashed one time trying to get planks. It was pretty funny.
I feel bad for that guy, and I'm glad he's with you because if he was with me, I would put pieces of paper in random boxes all the time.
That's what I said I was gonna do. When we heard, I was like, I'm putting pieces of paper in everything.
I would honestly be like, hey, crew and player, you want to see a trick? I open that box over there. And he's just down on the ground.
Hey, look at this box for me real quick.
Like it's better than chloroform.
Yeah. But you can't do that on your ship. I had a question, but I forget. Go ahead, Neffy.
I have a question for everyone.
Yep.
That involves the ship hold, kind of, and it's a weight question. Do you carry planks on you when you're bosuning? I do not because I have base weight. I don't have any weight in my.
I don't have weight
character.
either.
No, I don't have any points in weight either. Fuck that.
So do you not carry planks on you?
No, I don't. I don't carry planks unless I'm about to put one on.
Yep.
But I do something though, which I guess is a little sweaty, kind of however you want to look at it. But before we leave out, I do because when I'm bosuning, my belt is very specific. So I have like my sword, and then I have bandages, and then a blank space 4 hammers, a blank space, my cocaine, my water, my hook. So in those 2 blank spaces, I go in, and the 2
Come
blank
hang out at our
spaces,
Portex.
I
Yep.
put a plank and a port. That way, you know, when I get
Yep.
my stuff, it goes there instantly. I don't have to move it too.
Yep.
I don't carry
I
it on me though.
I just started doing that like 2 weeks ago. I was like, whoa, this is sick. This
Yeah,
makes it so much easier.
I
Y'all don't
mean,
have a pocket
sometimes
plank?
the
No.
second,
No
sometimes the
pocket
seconds
plank. It's
count.
too heavy.
No.
Well,
No,
I think
pocket planks.
like at the same point though, like you have time to go get one because you can't place it for like so long
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a plank comp can place right away, right? Like you have
Yeah.
time to find like to go get it and all that kind of jazz. So the next I also want to point out the funniest thing that has happened this season that I thoroughly enjoy is the global chat during fights when someone's on a horse that makes sticky pockets.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you hear a voice in the air, get the fuck off your horse or something like that, right? Like I think that's great.
Get off your damn horse.
Yeah, I think that's hilarious. So I know our ship runs 2 bosuns mostly. Do you guys, Neffy, who is your co-bosun? Or are you guys like a 1 bosun ship crew? I'm also curious about the sinners
God,
because they
please
run
don't remind me.
they run 2 ships too. Do you guys just have 1 bosun on each ship, or go ahead, Neffy? You guys 1 or 2?
When we always have 2. And I will tell my secondary to be in the gun deck with me. That's what I do.
So you have 2 on the same deck?
Yep.
Okay.
I just found out that it's usually Falcon. Falcon is who's in chat. He's the one with the book problem.
Yeah.
But we work really well together, and Falcon just knows that if I tell him to do something, he'll do it. Like he doesn't have to so we don't clash. And I just find like it's really helpful. Like I don't do it all the time. We do it really when I think we need it. But I've just had so much I don't really care about being like, oh, you have 2 bosuns on the gun deck, you're less than, because it just works for me. It just works for the crew. Like when we have 2 people hitting shit. So that's what we do. But we will have 4 bosuns usually when we have 2 ships out. Or when we roll 2 ships.
I think I saw a clip, and it was of your ship, and I was like, do they have 2 bosuns?
I have a video on my YouTube channel, which if you want to play it at some point, and you can see how we work with 2 bosuns on the bottom deck.
And I was like, huh, that's different, because I've never, well, I won't say never. I'm pretty sure when I was first learning how to bosun, which would have been 3.5. So this was like AR, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
We had 3 bosuns actually on a lot of the time, and we had 2 on the gun deck and 1 up top. And that was like the only experience I ever had with 2 bosuns on the same deck.
Yeah, we just started doing it, but we've had good luck with it for
the only thing is that I remember at the close to the end of 5.5 that we had a just someone on sales just because the bar shot was so intense.
Yeah, bar shot.
We would just have the tertiary just focus on sales. Don't pay attention to anything else. Just do sales.
Who would run a bar shot break? You know what I mean?
Navy. Yeah, who would do that? That's crazy.
Navy, Strong Arm, Sinners, whatever group Sailor was in.
Guilty.
Okay.
Fucking pirates.
Only did it because everyone else was doing it.
That's
Okay,
the
we did
excuse.
not want to do that.
That's the excuse that everybody says.
I hated bar shot ships, man.
I still think that Knightley had the best response to that. He says, "We are never running a bar shot brig ship because my wiener is not small."
Bar shot's not fun in fights, man. Like if you're here to if you're here to PvP, it's a great thing for you. Great thing. I'm glad you're having fun. But if you want to role play and not ruin people's fights in 15 seconds, don't use bar shot. Like this season, I think bar shot's in a pretty healthy place as long as they don't have 9 long 9s on the front of their ship.
Imagine.
Right.
That was oddly specific.
Right?
What about a ship with only 9 long 9s?
No.
Oh god.
No. Then you have a small wiener.
Small wiener. That is a small wiener ship.
There's the wiener metric in Blackmire. We judge our ships based on the wiener metric. Is that a small wiener ship? You know, it's a meme cheese ship like a bar shot brig or a bar shot
Always about
schooner.
6.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, like any captain here can contest to this, you know. And the only captain that won't attest to this, the only captains that won't are the ones that have been using bar shot forever, right? Everybody is happy at the end of a fight if it's a 30 to 40 minute brawl. Even if it's a 15-minute brawl, everybody had a good time. If you sail up, red flare, and one ship goes, phew, and your sails are gone, no one's having fucking fun. And if you're having fun, you got a small wiener. Okay? That's what's up.
I will defend Strongarm. We only used it for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then I told Dems that, hey man, one ship, one crew's a lot of fun. There's a lot of people on one ship,
we
and
switched
it's a lot of fun.
We switched off to a normal brig for a while, for a little bit. We were doing 2
And
ships.
and Balwick, as of for your question, how about 6 long 9s? I'm cool with 4. If you go to 4, I'm cool with it. Not 6. 4 is not sweaty. 6 is sweaty. All right. Spike shot last night worked as his treat and made Flemington's face light up. So, Chad, if you didn't know, that was my birthday cake from my company last night.
Spike shot.
Can we see the picture? I want to see
Yeah,
the picture.
yeah. Let's see
You
the
wanna see the
picture.
picture?
It's a great picture.
Hold on.
It did. It looked just like it did. It looked just like a birthday cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 4th of July birthday
with
cake.
Yeah,
with
so,
the hat.
so Chad,
yeah.
if you don't know, it is my birthday today. I turned 13.
Come on.
Hold on, find this. I believe he put it in today, right? Gotta break it. Here's the birthday cake that we got last night, chat.
So pretty.
It's so
Oh,
pretty.
no.
Flemington's hat ship has never looked more festive.
True.
So for anybody who was asking, that was, I think it was 50 shot, spike shot.
50 or
incident.
60.
Yeah, it was. We had like a broadside and a little bit of it. Here's the clip of it, just so if you guys want to see it. It was fun. It was something we never used spike shot before, so I didn't know what to expect.
It is certainly a shot.
But then the stinky Navy did it, and then
Exactly.
you had
to be honest
you
with
had
you,
to.
I'm gonna pause this because we have been so reactive to the Navy. The Navy used swivels, we added swivels. The Navy took my bed out with spike shot, we added spike shot. All right, so it's all the Navy's fault.
What did you say to me, you dirty pirate scum?
Just watch the death in the middle, man.
Fire, fire!
The crazy thing to me is, I know the Navy has a lot of people. How are you not shouting, we have so much spike shot on us right now? You know what I mean?
We'll send you to the bottom for that.
It was really pretty. I just saw a bunch of.
Oh my God!
Oh no.
There's all the deaths.
Oh no.
Goodbye.
We killed 8 people. We killed 8
Yeah.
people with that.
It's nasty.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's nasty when it
So
hits.
harsh.
Because only Cohen bosuns can talk. Man, how does that drives me crazy? How do you guys, like, on a Navy ship, man? I could not sit there
I
and have
mean,
some.
that's yeah,
have
but
somebody
does that
sit there and be
actually
like-
happen?
That's probably one of the only reasons why I would never join Navy. Because if I had some random person who was outranking me, like, excuse me, Nightly, shut your mouth. You can't roleplay right now because it's my roleplay time. I'd be like, bitch, what?
Ain't no way, Chief. Ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
Some people don't care. I mean, some people just like being a little kink in the story, you know. So I'm gonna take a little break here. I'm gonna go make sure my kid's asleep because she's got school in the morning. If you guys need to go get a drink or whatever, Chad, if you want to talk to them directly right now, Tubbs, you can hold on to your clip for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Hi, chat.
Well, I think now is the perfect time. So, Tony, if you're still here, I think now is the perfect time to show Jay getting chirped. This is my Blackmire audition video. I think
Yeah.
that's what
Did it
that's what
in
we
the
should
Twitch
do.
chat before, but I'll do it again because I have it saved.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, do you have the power to like put it up on the stream? Because I think
I do
I think-
not, unfortunately, but I will get it. Hold on.
It's really quiet.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Shh, he's back. He's back. Shut up.
Yeah, nothing
Oh.
happened.
Shut up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shut up. It's fine.
Mhm.
Okay, audition video. What did I miss?
Nothing.
Well, we're gonna run the audition. You know, while you were out, we were gonna run the Sahara auditions for Blackmire without knowing
okay.
she's auditioning for
Well, we can-
Blackmire.
You know what? We can someone post it and we can watch it while I go grab something, because then I don't want to be here for it. So
Yeah, Tony did.
it was way up there.
Where'd it
Gotta
go?
post it again. Here we go.
There it is.
I'm so happy this lives. Thank you for Chubbs for this is by the way, chat, this is the manager that doesn't exist anymore. Okay?
Mm-hmm. And yet he's still delivering.
Oi, I have a question for you about your boyfriend. Is he better looking than me?
Well, let's
Use your words wisely.
Well, let's
Just so you know, I just killed 3 men.
Yes, I'm sure you did. You're elite, sweetie.
I am very elite. That is correct.
Very elite. Okay, well, you got nice boots and you have nice glutes. I'm sure you
Nice
will make
glutes.
some woman very happy, and the luxurious beard is a very nice look.
That is
But
what.
that
That
woman
is not my question. The question is I'm better looking? Am I bigger? Am I stronger than your puny boyfriend?
You are actually not bigger than him. He has arms like a galleon.
Like this man right here.
No, I'm just saying.
I gotta watch this. Hold on.
As a galleon is larger than a brigantine, so his arms happen to be larger than yours. Look, have you not ever been told that size is not everything?
That's a lie.
I have not been told that ever, miss.
I have been.
I know,
They said it's
Well,
about
you're sure
most
to
of the
shit,
outfit.
Mr. Icarus.
Whatever.
It actually is a lie. That is true. But
I know it's a
I'm
lie.
I'm trying to make him feel better. All right.
It will not,
don't lie,
your
fool.
job is not to make me feel better.
Listen.
It's to tell me the truth. Is your man
okay,
of
you
somewhat
want-
of an tint? Or are
You-
you just trying to hide him because he's a scared little boy?
All right. You want the truth? You are a too much a pretty. Here goes. Both barrels happening now.
Oh. Maybe it's all that time you spend in your office homes.
Pretty
I
boy
would like
home.
some
That's
such
what I'm
precious
asking, actually, Jay.
I do
Someone
not
has
make,
got themselves
I do
a
not
new
make
nickname.
any apology for it whatsoever. You are too much a pretty boy for me. I like a man with a more rugged look. And that beard is not fooling anybody. If you shave it off,
Oh shit!
And yet, the shots
like
still
it.
keep
Oh
coming.
you
no!
could be in one of those
Not the
boy
beard.
bands that travel.
Teacher, you could be a bard.
You asked me to tell the truth. I serve the goddess of justice and wisdom. So if you don't want to hear it, ask the goddess of lies.
What goddess do you serve?
The great
Where's-
goddess.
Where
Ni.
is her little place you pray to?
Her place is an outrageously amazing temple that happens to be located.
Outrageously
Because
amazing.
of your
What's her name?
your opinions of me, I will cover it with pretty
Hilarious.
boys.
Oh,
You
well, good.
understand?
Oh, yes.
And
I'm
once I
very-
find out your boyfriend's name, I will cut his so-called big arms off, and my
Oh, yeah.
friend Ogok here will eat
Oh,
him
yeah.
for dinner.
And you will leave him in the back street with all the other boys. Oh, I'm scared. You've scared me to 90 degrees.
I just want to point out, chat, that looking for a new company. I forgot how much my own company jumped on me in that clip there.
It was good. It was good. Yeah. Well, everybody had fun. It was fun for everyone.
Strong Arm is hiring. I mean,
We are? I thought we're full. Well, I guess we're hiring.
Navy is hiring too. I mean, I'm not going to be a cadet. I have to be. There's no way I could go Navy because I'm not going to be a cadet for 6 seasons.
Yeah, but basically that clip, and then like many months of Hardtack Time articles that cataloged his boy band career in London, later, and that was that was the audition to Blackmire. So that's all you got to do. You just got to make fun of Knightley and make the rest of the company laugh. Don't worry, it's not very hard. If you're making fun of Knightley, we're gonna love it. and then you're in. There you go.
I love it.
So
Ellie, are you okay?
I'm fine. I just
didn't
did.
talk to someone.
I knew you guys were watching this, so I went down and had a cupcake. Okay.
That's emotional support cupcakes.
Emotional support. That's right.
Are you sure it wasn't some burn cream?
Oh.
Sahara, listen. Okay. That was a long time ago, and I saved you that day.
Yeah, that's true. That is
Okay.
absolutely true. Yep.
Eat those feelings, Nightly. Happy B-Day, buddy. Thanks, Dems, man. So, I had a question, and I ate a cupcake, and I totally forgot it.
Okay.
Nice.
I believe Chubbs says, Chubbs, you had another clip? Post it. Potential hot take.
Cheesecake. True. Agreed.
I hate
yeah.
I hate cheesecake.
Much better than cake.
I hate
Okay,
cheesecake.
but what about cheesecake cake?
I hate cheesecake.
Oh yeah, where
Cake?
there's like
Like
cheesecake
red
on the
velvet-
bottom and then cake on the top. Yeah.
Yes. Or
That's
like
good.
even in the middle, like cake, cheesecake, cake. Oh my god.
Did you say we would join if they gave us Night House as me as a captain? I mean, Sailor Yas would have to join us.
Nope.
No, I thought we talked about this. If we join the
11
Navy, we have to be the Night Riders.
Yeah, the Night Riders. That's true. That's true.
You have a better chance of seeing me
We need to
playing
be like-
Conan than ever joining the Navy.
Be like a special ops team. You know, the NID is information, and we're just be the sword, right?
Yeah,
Secret
the
organization.
only downside to that AD is that we would never be used.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Listen, we'd figure it out, all right? We'd
So
figure it out.
so here's the question that I had. I remember a part of it now. Especially for the sinners in chat, if he had the medal, would the fight have went a different way? Nephew's saying no. He shook his head within seconds. No? Nobody?
Not a chance.
You don't
Not a
think so?
chance.
I mean,
Trippy's a good captain. Trippy's a good captain. Cake is a great bosun.
Yeah.
True.
No?
If anybody was going to be able to do it, it would probably have been Trippy. So
Yeah, I agree. I think it would have maybe stopped that kind of that mental game of, oh fuck, we have no medal. I have to now do my shit a little bit differently. Maybe like it would have gotten rid of that mental game, but I think it still would have.
Do you think the sinners would have lost a ship? To be fair, I want everyone to understand, right? Like I want you to understand this as well. Like, I'm not trying to downplay the sinners' capability at all, but the Navy is still using common everything, right? So they don't have
100%.
they don't have high grade planks, cannons, and sails like we all do, or bigger groups do.
Minus cannons.
Minus cannons, because nobody has cannons. Actually, chat, I found them today. I'm just not telling anybody. You have to do all 9 power stones and then beat every single one and then beat them all. Like
I
the Kraken.
believe the one ship that they brought out today had better planks. I believe. Still lost it, but but yeah, for the most part, most of our ships are still common.
I found plenty of high grade parts on the Navy ship. Oh, there's high grade parts on the Navy ship. Oh.
Was it which ship was
Maybe it's the ship that Trippy was on, the one that had no metal.
possible? But I mean, either way, that ship lasted way longer than it probably should have.
I remember during the
Balwick,
Yes, what Pin
Balwick
said.
is saying that
Perseverance and
he has.
Guardian.
Balwick says he has
Yeah.
proof that he has found cannon blueprints.
Ooh.
Send me a screenshot, or I don't
Balwick.
believe you.
Where, Balwick?
Aren't you in Strong Arm? Why does Strong Arm not have these if you have proof?
Oh,
Oh,
you know, he's saying Navy with high grade stuff. I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
no, what Pin said, the 2 ships, the brand new ships that came out today had high grade stuff on it. This
It's
is
just standard, right?
The first
Standard?
ships
Yeah.
that they came out with.
Yeah.
Cannons are.
Well,
a
there
myth.
you go. See, sinners were just see the hardtack times was right. at the end of 5.5, the Sinners were really just running their drive-through ship recycling program, getting rid of those inefficient Navy common plank ships so that higher quality ships can roll off the Navy assembly. Really, it did the world a public service.
True.
Really.
True. Thanks.
Wow.
Thanks.
Good guy
Sinners-
Sinners.
I think the
Good
Sinners
guy
are nice.
Sinners. Look at that.
I think the other thing people don't realize is like, Malchin, whatever, and was Water your secondary captain, or who was your guys' secondary captain tonight? Stepsis. Can confirm it's not the ghost ship. We killed that shit yesterday for nothing. No. Dark Days, I looked for 3 hours yesterday for that ship, and it's probably because you did it. You sunk it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Malchain and Water. Like, both of them are great captains solo, and they've been sailing together for how long now? For quite a while, so their tandem sails.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
good.
don't think the Navy had this synergy like they do.
I've been
Nope.
looking
Feel like-
for the
Even
last 2 weeks.
I feel like maybe
No.
if they did have the medal in the beginning, and then they could have potentially gotten the pressure off of the admin ammo use, like those ships being fucked, then maybe. But I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Tandem sailing in the Navy is not really something that we've done this deployment. That's definitely something that has eaten our ass a few times.
I think
would
it's
say.
just new captains, right? Like Strong like Turbo and Duncan have been sailing tandem for 4 seasons, pretty much 2 or 3, like 4 seasons almost, 3 or 4 seasons, right? And Water and Malchain have been sailing tandem for a long time. Like they've played Atlas together for quite some time. And I just think that the synergy thing is so important, because like, I don't want to call people out, but there was a certain Navy fight the other day, and you could definitely
Sorry.
tell that both of those captains have never sailed tandem together, or if they had, they're two different of play styles, right? Like one was sailing away constantly, while the other one was like chasing the fight the whole time, right? And if your ship's getting bullied as a tandem, you need to like retreat to your buddy, not run
Burke
away.
and Firebane. Yeah,
I was
on Burke ship for that one. Yeah, and that was we were chasing them the whole time and just like
Call them out.
and again. It could have been Provo, but yeah, we were just like screaming over, like, please, like, get out, please.
Well, it's just one of those things, like the Sinner ships have really good combat sails, so like, one, they can turn quicker than you, so you're never like chasing one of their ships is never going to benefit you, because they can turn away, and once they get that wind again, that acceleration is going to push them out of there like instantly. Like anyone with trade sails will never catch them on a straight. Right. Well, maybe in the long run, but they'll just turn and get better wind again. But like as a tandem sailor, and I know I don't have a tandem sailor. Jacoby's was the only one this season that has sailed tandem with me so far. And you just need to learn to, like, if you're taking a beating, you need to pull in so that your buddy can do it. And then if you're the tanky ship, because there's always one that's more tanky, you need to be willing to put yourself between the two ships to take that broadside. Like we watched one last episode with Dems and Trippy, where a schooner got in the middle and was taking heats. Man, it was sick. So
yeah, we also have like we've been sailing a lot with the Strong Armor's been sailing a lot with
GT's
other
group.
companies.
Yeah.
And but even though we haven't necessarily sailed a lot with them, like, they don't have maybe Dem or Turbo, Turduncan synergy history. When you like have captains like that, for example, we're in the Navy and we're always like sailing tandem so much, they just know how to do it and know like, oh, I should go to my retreat to my other friend and do all the the strategy for that way. So even if like you're not really comfortable with another ship, captains that like know like this is how I sail tandem, this is how I effectively do it.
Yeah,
can pull it off as well.
I think the biggest issue that people think when you pick a tandem partner, right, is if you're both brawlers, it's not going to end that great unless you're both on the fastest ships in the fight, right? And if your bosuns can keep up, because bosuns are number one, right, chat? Bosuns are number one.
It's right, they are.
Yeah, the heartbeat, or the heartbeat of the ship.
Hell yeah.
But at the same point, If you missing some bosuns, you just got to go find an ADHD club or whatever we said it was, ADD or whatever it was.
ADHD support group.
Exactly.
ADHD support group.
Feed the praise cake.
Okay. Belisara says bosuns are mid.
All right,
Wow.
Belly. All right. All right.
I
So
do, but
go ahead.
I have a bosun question. Unless you wanna.
No, do your thing.
My question. I have a question for everyone. How did you? I started bosuning because of a need, like
Dude, did you see what Dems just said about you?
Yeah.
Calling you out
What?
right now.
Wow.
My boss is straight from middle school.
Damn.
Oh no, we forgot our fiber on our next voyage. How horrible. That's crazy.
Confirmed strong arm is getting their bosuns from middle school. All right, anyway, so go ahead, Neffy, ask your question.
Well, it's about where we got our bosuns from. I started boasting last season since 5.5 in the beginning because strong arm had a necessity for bosuns. No one wanted the bosun, so I was like, okay, I'll do it, I guess. And I was like, I want a board. And then we were like, all right, I'll bosun. And I ended up loving it. So I want to know how you guys started bosuning. Mine was out of necessity, and then I ended up loving it.
Mine was 4.0. Yeah. I had always like been kind of interested, but we had like dedicated bosuns, and I was like, I also like being a boarder, so I never thought to try. And then we had a whole like our company had some changes, and we merged with another group who had a bunch of decent captains, and I really liked one captain in particular's style, Smanu. And he said that he would teach me how to bosun, and I was like, all right, well, let's go. And so, yeah, that's who like I learned from. And if you guys know Smanu and his sailing style, that was crazy to learn as a first time bosun, but it was also really fun. And
He's definitely a baller.
yeah, like that
definitely.
was insane. But I think that's probably also why I am as good as I am, because he did not baby me. He was like, "You're gonna go in and probably gonna lose a ship, but you got to do it, and you're just gonna learn from there." It's like, all right, well, let's do it.
I started again. I'm a Navy baby. I started in 5.5 and came in. I got put on a ship with Captain Worthington, aka Brando, a bando.
R.I.P. R.I.P. that guy.
R.I.P.
Yeah, and it was like one of those, those conversations. Oh, what do you want to do in the Navy? Blah 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 blah. And like, I didn't really. It was just kind of random that I was like, bosuning seems kind of fun, and I believe it was literally just Cake, the DJ Fate, and Brando was like, "You're coming with me. We're teaching you how to bosun." Because I think Cake at the time was trying to move, like he was their house is like bosun,
Yep.
and he wanted to move on to go down like the captaincy route and stuff like that. So he's like, "I'm going to mold you into this little bosun. You're going to take over and go on from there." And just kind of literally just got scooped up and kind of shoved into that role, and I ended up really liking it. The first like my like third or fourth day of bosuning, we did a war games, and I was never really taught the bucketing portion of bosuning, and lost Worthington's ship in a war game. And it was like a big deal because it was like like we didn't have like war game ships that we like played around with.
Yeah.
It was like his actual ship that he had built. And I didn't call it because I didn't know how fast you could sink in an armored brig once you were kind of in that phase.
Yeah.
And I thought that I was gonna get kicked out of the Navy. I thought I was done for. And then it was just kind of like a motion into like, all right, like, and I was just kind of like, okay, I I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna learn from it, and I'm gonna be better, and just kind of just dove kind of headfirst into it, and just was like, yeah, I like being the driver in a seat. Like, I don't really enjoy like letting somebody else kind of take over, and so I was like, this is where I want to be.
I have a pure like almost purely RP reason for being a bosun, and I didn't realize I'd obviously done like ship fixing and whatever. That wasn't like a formal bosuning in you know official unofficial servers, pre-RP, but it was like I re-rolled as Valentina Venovidovici, and I thought it would be funny to RP her as a lawyer fixer for pirates. And so I thought it was hilarious to be a metaphorical fixer who is also a literal fixer on the boat. And it was also helpful because I wanted to, role play this pirate lawyer who serves a lot of pirates, and that means typically not engaging in piracy yourself. Otherwise, you're gonna quickly not be able to serve that role anymore. So so I remember going to Nightly and going, well, yeah, I'm a fixer, and I'd already specced into like a bunch of bosuning, and Nightly was like, yeah, well, we have some bosuns, so we'll see how you do. Rightly sort of like not quite trusting that not knowing if I'd be good at it or not, and so he was very kindly said, okay, we're going to try you out, we'll see how you do fixing stuff. And then the first couple of sales, he was just kind of watching how I did, and then they quickly I found out that I really liked it. It scratches that ADHD itch, or whatever it is, and I really enjoyed. I liked that it dovetailed with the RP as well as the as well as the mechanic, and I think most excited was Gabs, who could then no longer be like a secondary bosun, and her true calling, which is putting on a sword and just murking people by boarding. And so that made her very happy, that I sort of took that spot.
I love boarding. I start off as a boarder. Sometimes when we board, I'll yell at my secondary, say, "You're primary now, and I'll board." Only if the captain says I can. But so I was a little cheeky there. I get it.
I've always wanted to do that.
I only did it like twice this
Wanna
year.
be
I think if you guys
bosun
board,
border.
if you guys board, you're shit talking over there better be like, why is this plank missing? Where's all the resources? Captain, we're down to 5% resources.
Hey, your plank is dead.
Yeah.
You should repair this plank here.
Start shit talking.
If you're
How many times? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
How many times have you guys repaired an enemy ship's plank?
Is it true that the new bosun meta is to carry more planks and ports and resources on your ship? Like, what kind of yellow-bellied, lily-livered shit is that?
I repaired.
Did you guys hear that?
In war games.
You guys didn't hear that, but somebody just did a Tangia as Arthur Morgan and asked you guys a question of, is it true that ships use what was it? Is it true that the new bosun meta is to carry more planks and ports than resources on your ship? Like, what kind of yellow-bellied lily sissy shit is that?
Stop. That is not something that we will ever do. So don't
anyway.
get no ideas, crew. No. I
No
cannot.
resources, 30 gun ports and planks. Fuck it.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Where did your first chat? The Navy's bitching about people doing it, but they're doing it too.
That seems horrible.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Once
Oh my
again,
god.
50 planks, no resources. God.
I do agree. I do agree with Zeracon. So like, to me, when bosuns board ships to fight, it's like goalies fighting in hockey, right? Like, as soon as the bosun we should be able to jump over there and you challenge the other bosun to a duel, and if they lose, they have to scuttle their ship, and they just lose instantly.
Easy.
Then
Let's
hammer
go.
weapon damage is like, you need to get the highest weapon damage hammer.
Just beating each other with the hammers.
With the repair hammers. That's right. The only
Yeah.
weapon that you're allowed to use is your repair hammer. You beat the shit out of the other guy.
Yeah, that would be funny. So I know how our crew does it, but I'm curious about you guys. What are your thoughts of making planks during the fight? Like if you're low.
I'm not a big fan of that.
No, I'm not. I'm
At
not a
that
fan
point,
of
it
that.
just feels kind of.
Yeah, we don't.
Plus, then you have to have the table on your ship and
a whole bunch of resources to do, that, which are not a small amount.
I'm pretty sure the resources way less than a Plankin port to make it. I think I could be completely wrong, but I think. But
That's a good idea. Well, Balwick just says that sounds a great idea. We're gonna install a shipwrights table now.
Yeah.
I've been in crews that have done it, but I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
plus,
also
like,
just don't
you have
like
to have your
anything
shipwright
extra
on the
the
ship, and like, so you can't really plan. Like, you could like plan ahead.
I think my thing with it is, right, like when you're going out on a ship, is like it's that RP of the ship technically, and if you don't bring
I think that's fail RP in my personal opinion.
now if you stop on an island, gather the resources, make the table, make the planks, totally cool with that. Totally cool.
I would say maybe if like you're sailing, like maybe you're not engaged anymore, and you're like, hey, we have the resources, because then that is kind of like the RP of like the carpenter is gonna go, take the extra materials and actually prepare the ship fully, and like that I can understand, but maybe not like in combat wouldn't make sense to me.
Yeah, in combat makes no sense.
Yeah, in combat, absolutely not.
Jacoby's only thing about it is the table's just too big.
It is. This shit's big as hell, and I don't.
Yeah, Sorry, go ahead.
And I'm very like strict about what I allow on the ships. Like Freebird found out immediately first the season. He showed me his ship, and I was like, "This is cool and all. It looks great, but you're gonna have to get rid of this, this, and this because I don't allow extra shit on my ships. No, sorry. If you want to have a
Unless, of course, they are hand-painted drawings of animals in buff poses.
Those are, you know what? Those are our wards, okay?
Right,
Now,
canvases.
that ship has not gone down because it's very strong. Why? Because it has buff ass animals on it.
That's true. That's true. It does have the painting.
I'm gonna make new ones, and it's gonna have like animals with weapons because it's a DPS ship, right? So then, yeah, they're wards.
You would hate some of our ships. One
Yeah,
of our captains, she doesn't use a top deck because it's all ceilings. Like the top deck is not there.
Stop.
I'm not
posting that.
No.
Nope. I've had
No.
somebody try to do that.
It's
I
been
do
in
it
the
one shot. No.
it's Alice. She did it in the Navy.
No.
It'll be
Oh,
Nope.
Yep.
I remember those ships.
Mhm.
And also I don't know if somebody has the clip of like they had built their entire ship and they were like, "What do you think?" And they were like, "Oh, but let me remove this one supporting wall and
Yep,
have your
there's the clip.
entire deck disappear."
Luckily, she has improved it so that it is not like that. But I'm not a secondary bosun. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to. I mean, I don't have to worry about top deck.
Yeah, it was Peter. It was Peter inspecting the ship and being like, "Oh."
How important do you guys think it is for shipwrights to talk to bosuns when they're making their ships?
Required.
100%. It's required.
I won't bosun a ship I haven't approved.
You found the Silver Meadows clip? Electro, send it to one of the mods, and they'll post it.
I had run into a problem a couple times with some other
Mel says not required.
Yeah.
In 5.0 and 5.5, and I made them change the ship because I was like, no, I'm just if you don't change it to what I think is going to keep us alive in combat, because that's what we're trying to do, right? You want to stay alive. Then I'm just not gonna okay the ship, and I'm not.
It's like, no, yeah, you don't have to, but it's going to make our job and your job that much more difficult because you're, decided to do some stupid shit.
Yeah, because I've been the bosun that has gotten stuck on random shit, mid combat, and you have to have
the best of
somebody
my
come and grapple
understanding.
you off, and it's not fun. It's very annoying. So I just leave all that stuff for the white cell ships if you want a pretty ship.
We have I'm probably like, I do not need my gun deck necessarily spot clean. Like, we have a ship that it has the too wide thing running through it that is all arches. So yes, you will get stuck on it if you get stuck on it. But for me, I can just run around it. Like that would probably piss off a lot of people, but I don't really care that much. As long as there's lanes for me to run, that's all I care about. As long as I have lanes.
I mean, you could have the towers like they do on Toast's ship, but now the towers on Toast's ship is just for resources.
Yeah.
Now the quad tower.
The quad
I was
tower.
Toad's solo bosun.
Yeah. Oh my
for
god.
most of 5.0, so like I was the only bosun for his ship, so I know a thing or two about his crazy designs. Actually, it's not even really his designs. It's Jacoby, who is the absolute madman over there.
I mean, to be fair, it makes sense.
Them.
It doesn't necessarily give you any like combat, like doesn't help you in combat that much, but
no,
it gives you a ton of pieces to demolish to put into wood.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So, we do have a clip.
And
go ahead.
Yeah, you're gonna see it.
So here's the clip.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Talk while I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, I like the towers on Toast ship because they look like Mississippi river boats. You know, with the steam vents that are all decorated like that.
Oh my god.
That's why I like them so much.
All right, here's the clip.
And I mean, who would have thought, like, you know, a ship just using it for the looks rather than the, you know, how OP is it, or how, you know, how is it going to help me in combat? Like, it's purely for aesthetics, and I'm all for it.
All right, here's the clip.
This doorway is the only foundational wall, and technically the.
Oh, look at that. So,
yep.
So it.
Okay, well.
We're gonna call this one a win for you, sir.
This
how much was it?
doorway.
Oh, the whole thing was up there.
The entire thing, the entire helm.
And that's funny because Silver Meadows tried to do it to prove a point that it wasn't. Right? Like they tried to get rid of it.
Is the only foundational wall, and technically the.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
And boom, there it's all gone.
That's how she likes to make her ships.
We're gonna call this one a win for you, sir.
No, like an all ceiling boat. That's the wrong acronym. That's PTSD. I want ADHD, not PTSD. That's very important.
Yeah. I've dealt with them. Not a fan.
You know, it's funny is I actually, when we were making the ship that she is currently, and it's like that. It's an all ceiling top deck. She was like, "Hey, you help me design, like, help me with this." I was like, "Yeah, sure." I helped do it. It's so funny though. I love it. I love the funky ship designs that make you want to scream, but it just looks sick.
Have you guys bosuned this season on an Indian man yet?
Not yet.
Hell no, I'm not going to. I told you that already.
Listen, Sailor, if you're gonna leave us, you're going to bosun on one.
Oh my god. It is wow. Yeah, I bosuned the Admiral's ship, his original flagship. Yeah, I mean,
is that the one that's sitting on the bottom of the ocean right now?
That one I have not, but he brought back his double tiered cannon, like topside thing. Apparently, I never saw it, but yeah, he had it last deployment as well, and I bosuned for that, where it was like an 18 cannon broadside, including the top deck. And yeah, it's the Indian Man is an entire, that whole aft, like the way that we do it in the Navy is two primaries technically, who like they're either doing port side, starboard side, and just keeping track of that, but they have two below deck and one top deck because of that weird fucking aft like plank deal, the way that it's like jigsawed into place where you can start leaking from your top deck because that's how those things are built. Yeah, it's kind of a nightmare.
I feel like I would just do like one bosun per level, so that everyone just can stay on their level and not have to worry
That's
about running
what we
up and
did.
down.
That's what we did to start with, and it was
Mhm.
fine. But then the person who was in the quote unquote keel just didn't wasn't really necessary, and they could have been running around kind of
Right.
helping out the gun deck or the top, because the top deck, just that aft piece that just literally just is a target for cannons. And again, it's like that aft has like, I want to say like 10 planks within it, because it has like those weird top side pieces. It's
That's
just
that,
the
that's
where
crazy.
it has that weird panic room. If you go into the gun deck and then you kind of go up into that little, I hate it.
Right.
I hate it.
Yeah. I hope I don't have
Little
to.
cubby hole.
Yeah, little cubby hole panic room. It is not my
I just don't think it's a good.
not my choice.
I don't think it's a good ship all around. To be honest with you, I don't think it's not a good combat ship, because anybody can outmaneuver you, unless you sit in a circle and spin. Right,
Yeah.
and then like it's not even that much faster than a normal brig. Right. So thoughts? No, I think I have like the spike shot. You like bosuning against spike shot? Is it deletes planks if there's enough on it? It'll delete planks, kind of thing. What is
It'll delete the people.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. What is the worst thing that you don't like about bosuning?
Ooh, that's hard. Sometimes if things like go completely wrong, and this is true with like any support clash, there's always that sort of, if things go completely wrong, you lose the ship. I don't know whether it's just being raised by organized religion, but that propensity to feel guilt about, or to second guess, like, was there something else I could have done?
Yeah.
Should I have should
Yeah.
I have smacked this plank instead of focusing on that? Did I not pay enough attention to the sails? Did I, while you're in the chaos, you're making the best decisions possible, but there's always that sort of nagging doubt. Did I not do enough? That can be hard, especially if you got that praise kink going and something threatens that. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty accurate. And it's even so for 5.0 and 5.5, most of 5.5, I was my company's only bosun, and we went out pretty much like every night, right? And so like I just always, like, the amount of time I put in to those 2 seasons, because I felt like I always had to be on the ship.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
not only that, but I
That guilt.
also, yeah, because I'm like, damn, what if I take a night off? They go out and they sink. Okay, if I would have been there, would have been different, And I don't. You never want that to happen, right?
And
So
now
it's
you're
just like, I
with
have
us,
to
who
be
goes out
there.
like 3 to maybe 4 days a week.
Yeah, but it's still sometimes, like, there definitely are still days. Sometimes like, man, I don't want to put in the effort, right? But then when it gets going, I'm like, oh, I love this shit. I'm gonna, I eat it
Yeah.
up. But there are definitely days where I'm like, sometimes I wish I was just a cannoneer instead of a bosun. That way I could just chill out and not have to worry. But
To be honest with you,
I mean, I love it.
Captains think
so.
that way too. Like, I think that way too. Like, I used
Yeah,
I used to go every other night with a guy, and then like there's nights where I was just like, dude, I just want to sit on the bottom deck, get on a cannon, and just chill. And now,
chill out.
I just want to be a brain dead cannoneer sometimes.
Yeah, all them brain dead
just vibe
cannoneers.
and chill, or bored, or
yeah, for sure.
shoot some things, do a little pew pew every once in a while. Like, there have been so many times where it literally, they make the call to board, and it's like, everybody except my bosuns, get the fuck off the ship. And I'm like,
because you guys said that, I'm gonna do it the other way. The next time we go into a broadside, I'm gonna be like, bosuns, board them now.
Oh yeah.
And then I can only imagine like Chubbs and Tony being like, Cap, none of us have hammers. What are we gonna do?
Yesterday we were fighting, and there was a schooner fight, which I love schooner fights. But we had we masted the schooner with our schooner, and we had all boarded the schooner, and we were sinking it. and I was on a cannon because they weren't shooting back. And Mel goes, "We should probably stop shooting now. I think they're singing out." I go, "No, I don't get this chance. Please, just let me fire this damn cannon." So I just kept on doing it. I just kept on firing it.
So the next heated question I have: how
Ooh.
much does it
Heated
drive you
shot.
crazy when someone else has a hammer out that's not a bosun?
Pisses me off instantly. I get mad.
It used to. Then I realized for me, there's no harm in it. Sorry.
I'm not bothered by it at all. I don't
Top
give a shit.
deck.
I got too many other things to do.
Top deck, yes. Bottom deck, I don't care.
I have learned to try to not care as much, but it does. I don't know, just something about it irks me because I'm like, what if they're hitting it and it didn't need to be hit and now they're wasting resources, right? Or like,
Yeah, like to
in my
me,
way.
Yeah,
or-
I'll call people out if they're in my way or if they're just hammering shit that they shouldn't. But like,
Yeah, I'll do that.
I am of the mind of if I always say this, if I'm putting up a plank in front of your cannon, that is your plank. You smack that shit until it's good to go.
Yeah,
that is
my crew is definitely good
yeah.
at that. I definitely appreciate that. But other than that, like if I see people, which it hasn't happened with black markers, but if I see people like running around doing stuff with their hammer out, I'm just like, please just go.
I think
back to your
we
cannon, let me do my job.
learned the hard way, right, Sahara? Like we had a couple, like even with Sahara, a couple seasons, we had certain individuals that are no longer part of our company and they got removed because they had hammers in their hand. I'm totally kidding.
No.
That like all of a sudden we'd be in a fight and then all of a sudden I'd be like, whoever Sahara's character is, "How's our resources doing?" And she's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but we're almost out. Like we just burned through like a shit ton of it. And then that's when you had to have the talk, right? With the crew of being like, "Hey, fuck off."
Yeah, I know you're trying to help, but you're doing more harm than good.
Mhm.
Well, like
just let us
every bosun's a micromanager, right? Like you know what each hit does. Like it's as much as you're not saying it's min-maxing, like if you're a good bosun, you know what everything you're doing costs the ship, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know what not to do because it's going to cost too much, right?
Yep.
And like that kind of thing. And if someone's on top deck, and I'm going to do a voice here, this isn't directed at anyone in Blackmire, but like, "Then my cannon's low, I'm going to smack it like 18 times.
What was that voice?
How
again?
dare you make an impersonation of me?
Is that a mockingbird?
Is that a mockingbird?
Like, listen. The only hammer that you get to use is the one on the back of your carbine. Okay, you shoot the bad guys. I'll take care of the wooden hammers and tag. Yeah, because a sailor and I will be like, we're gonna hit this point where we're like, all right, stop tapping things, and now we're gonna let planks go. To save on resources. We're both watching carefully when that happens. If somebody else is tapping a bunch of shit on the ship, they're throwing off our groove.
You see, Brandon, I understand that you want to keep hammering your top deck cannon so that your cannon stays there so you don't have to relog. But that's min-maxing. That's not roleplay, Brandon, because
Brandon,
you don't know how to fix a cannon because you're not a bosun.
Listen, Brandon. Brandon, I'm the top deck bosun. Okay, I'm the top deck bosun. You're on the top deck with your cannon, and you got all worried because your cannon might get blown up. Fuck you, Brandon. That's my job. You think I don't know exactly how much health your cannon has? My ass is down there, crouched underneath there, making sure the ceilings don't fall out from under you. I know what your fat ass weighs and how much is left on them splinters holding you up, and I know your cannon is fine, Brandon. You just stay away.
This sounds like something that needs to be worked out. I'm gonna be honest.
Freebird just outed himself, saying that I'm with Brandon. So that's where
watching you, Freebird. I'm watching you.
That's where all of our ingots are going, is so that Freebird can stay in the fight a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bottom deck cannoneer now. Actually, he's a bilge pumper.
But to be fair, I feel like a lot of the fights these days, I mean, you guys just run anyways. It's not going to be like we're going to be in any sort of long engagements. Mm-hmm. You guys take a broadside of ours and you're like, I'm out of here.
You talking about me?
Blackmire, yeah.
Well, what?
Eggs.
Oh.
Yeah, those were fighting
Little
words.
spice. No.
We've been too nice. We've been too nice.
Okay, that's
Listen,
it. Gloves are coming off.
Eggs, listen. Meet me outside with one ship instead of a 40-man crew. How about that?
Cash
Okay?
me outside, Eggs.
Okay, Eggs. Okay. And you know what? When you come outside, Eggs, don't bring your stupid swivel cannons to win. All right?
Yeah. How about that?
Tell that to Coyote.
Love swivels.
I hate swivels.
Love
So
swivels.
why am I getting hit from a swivel when I'm behind a plank in the front that's clearly there, full health, and I'm getting hit by a swivel? I hate
I've
it.
never had that
So
happen to me.
stupid.
I
agree
It
with
happened to me
Baldwick.
the other day. It was
Outward
very
swivels
annoying.
are gross. Eggs, listen. There's no. Why would I fight a 2v1 with 30 people on those ships?
Yeah. If
Well,
guys
you can't
ran
win. It's an
one
RP
ship,
thing. Sorry, go ahead.
that'd be fun.
I want to win the RP.
Then
Well,
so you
it's
calling me
an
a-
RP thing though.
Come
Like,
back here.
There's no winning. There's no winning because if we stay in the fight, then it's like me. They're not respecting the Navy as an authority. If we run away, then they're like me. We wanted to fight. It's like, God
Chubbs
damn it, make up your
Quest
fucking
asked me.
minds.
That's it, God damn it. We
No,
are
you
gonna
didn't get
sink the
it. I
tea-sipping
was
bastards.
just mean.
Well, partner, it seems
I know.
you
You
got
know what? I can't be
yourself
mad at you.
all
You're a
riled
bosun.
up over
You're
a
one of
spot
us.
tea.
You're one
But
of
I
us.
reckon there's no
You're
need
our
to go
white whale,
sinking anyone.
you know?
Just sit
We've
back,
always
relax,
been like,
and enjoy the
"This
show.
nightly out
No
there,
need to
we
get your
gotta
spurs all tangled up in a
Oh,
fuss.
it's so cute. Where's that clip where the Navy notices that it's our
us.
ship, and they're all like,
Listen, Eggs, I know that you want to fight us because we're the only good fight out there for you. Okay? It's fine. But like 1v1 me. I would have stayed in the fight all night with Alderson last night on that one-on-one. And then Fisk came in with his jack-o'-lantern ship.
Classic.
All right?
Classic fist coming in.
Right.
Ruining the 1v1s.
That's-
Right.
Yeah,
okay, but
just
how
literally.
cute is it?
It's pretty
How
good.
cute
It's
is
a
it when
dope-
this whole ship is like,
It looks dope.
it's the gallows pole. It's the
Oh,
gallows
yeah,
pole.
that one.
Oh yeah, no, they totally just chomping at the bit when we saw Gallows Pole. Just
Gallows pole, and Fist is like, is that a wanted ship? Very wanted.
Yeah. Like, to be honest with you, when we started the season, like, we were under the impression that the Navy was going to honor itself in saying that if a pirate company went aggressive or had a pirate port, that they would wipe them off the face of the earth. And if you started sinking Navy ships, they would come at you too. So we started to run, as every pirate company did. And then the Sinners and other companies, even us, started sinking Navy ships, and nothing happened. Right? Pirate companies were building up massive ports with walls and puckles everywhere. And the Navy was like, like the this is what bothers me the most. And I'm not really vocal about this stuff. Is we were told at the start of the season that this will have RP, like you know what I mean, like RP repercussions. And the RP repercussion was supposed to be a land raid as soon as you build up. Instead, it's a fine in a book somewhere on the Navy island. Like, if I knew putting walls up I was going to get fined for, I would have fucking stayed in the same place I started in instead of moving and living in a shanty town. Right? But instead,
I loved your shanty
it
town.
fucking moved.
It made me so happy.
We have another
It was
one.
beautiful.
Thanks for that, by the way.
Yeah, Tony
I'm
made
so
it. Tony made it.
excited.
Now it's a
Thank
shanty
you for
swamp.
that.
No, it's a shanty swamp.
I felt
worked so
like
hard
I
on
was
that.
like on a Disney ride. Like I felt like I was
Yeah.
I felt like
I love
everything was
that.
already like I said this to you guys before, like I think probably in one of your chats sometimes, but like when we found you guys's
Yeah.
it was like all the
The
fishing
skeletons and
huts
stuff, yep.
and the skeletons and the paper mache. I was just like,
Yeah. And we made Trippy try to
Definitely
marry
paper
somebody else again.
mache.
And we tried to get Trippy to marry somebody else again. Yeah.
yes,
Wait.
yeah,
Yep.
Yeah. I just like that.
yeah.
That's probably the biggest miss for me. Like out of everything that everyone else could be upset about the season, that's probably what made me the most upset, is that I was excited for the Navy to be like, you know, fuck these pirates that are living in these built up ports. And it ended up just being a fine in a book.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, it ended up being a fine in a book and 3 Navy ships on the bottom of the ocean.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
I
Maybe-
agree
maybe
with
got
Jacoby's
taxed.
too.
Sorry.
I wish-
Sorry, I'm trying to be spicy too.
That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah, no, I'm totally fair, honestly.
Yeah.
And I do agree with Jacoby's. I wish the bounty book was public knowledge, because it'd be nice to know how how much like the gallows pole is worth, or all the sinner ships are worth. Like right
It
now,
would just fluff your ego.
my
Come
ego's
on.
huge. My ego's huge already. Like it
Kill
doesn't
a
matter.
privateer.
It doesn't even
Kill a
matter.
privateer. Get the book
True.
off of him.
Right? Yeah, get the book off of them. Except every time I open a book, I pass out. I'm just kidding. That was shots fired to some other guy.
Oh,
I don't even know that
poor
guy.
Falcon. Poor Falcon.
Falcon. It's been rough for him.
What,
He's had a rough
was
time.
it? Is it your birthday too, Rusty? Is he play Craig in Sinners? Happy birthday, bro! It's my birthday too. That reminds me. Big head. You need to make me a new big head emote. Yeah. But like, yeah, like that was the biggest thing. That was the biggest miss for me personally. Chat, do you have any questions for these fine people while we just sit here and read chat? By the way, you guys didn't hear it, but this goes out to Eggs from Chubbs from the Tangia bot. That goes, that's it. God damn it, we are gonna sink these tea sipping bastards. Well, partner, it seems you got yourself all riled up over a spot of tea, but I reckon there's no need to go sinking anyone. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. No need to get your spurs all tangled up in a fuss.
I'm
In
assuming
Arthur
that
Morgan's
was
voice.
in. I was
Arthur
about to say.
Morgan's
I was
voice,
like,
yes.
whose voice is this in?
It was Arthur Morgan's.
Questions?
Why did he pick like a Western character for this?
Because
when
he's
we're talking about
he's
Atlas?
obsessed with that shit, you know?
True.
Is it true that new bosuns med? Oh no, it's already asked that. Bicoastal asks more of a Navy question than a bosun question. Do you join and just say that you wanted what you want to do, or are you forced into what they need?
No, it's always what you want to do. It's usually like a topic of conversation, especially early on in the season, where I mean, literally the season, everyone except for lieutenants and captains and high command and stuff like that started out as cadets. And so yeah, we kind of go around in a circle. What do you want to do? What are you interested in? A lot of people, oh, I want to be captain. Okay, get on the helm. And yeah, that was definitely something that people, we have our whole like bosun program of like getting people and hopefully trying to entice more people to bosun. Because like I said, for me, I have tried to pass on the torch, as it were, to because again, I want to board. I want to go in Warlord. I want to go. I want to I want to get out of the gun deck. That was like my goal this season to get
The
out of
Dark
the gun deck.
Eggs saga. Yeah. The Dark Eggs saga.
There's another Twitch name for you when you start streaming. Dark Eggs.
Dark eggs.
Dark eggs.
Dark eggs.
I'm writing it down. Writing it down.
Like those aged eggs. They're really
Hey,
good.
hey, Adrian, we did the Scooby Doo thing and we tracked down the issue with you guys not having metal on one of your ships. You're welcome. BMad saved the day.
Yeah, that's right. Eat your heart out, Ferguson. NID can just stuff it. We solved the mystery here.
We watched the VODs and we dissected it from the bosun's point of view because it's bosun
Frame
night.
by frame.
It's bosun night. What did you find? Fat on DJ Fate's. I always say Fat because I see his name. DJ Fate on the start of his stream looked in the resource box and there was nothing there while he was still at port. There wasn't even a metal folder. So it
was just accidentally left off.
It did not get thrown off during the fight or on the way to the fight. It was missed. We already knew. Listen, you baked bean. We figured it out here first.
A baked bean. But yeah, I mean, like Cyber said, what you get to do and what you like to do is completely different combo. I mean, or convo. I mean, yeah, it's like, not everyone is going to get to be captain, obviously, but I think that the Navy does a fairly good job of giving people the opportunity if they want it, and how much they kind of put themselves forward. But yeah, it is a waiting game, obviously. Like that's something that maybe you guys can speak to as far as like, do you guys just have set roles and everyone is just in that role and that's just what they do, or do you guys like switch it up? Do you guys have people that or maybe bosuns that want to try boarding or cannoneering? Like, do you guys ever get a break, or do you guys just you like what you do and you stick to that?
I haven't had a break in 3 seasons.
Oof.
Oh God.
But it's my
I'm
choice.
addicted.
It's my choice, so it's. But yeah, I haven't done anything.
I'll offer
else
you a
in
break
3
next
seasons.
season if you don't join Trippy.
Oh, I'm addicted. I don't want to do anything else other than bosun.
As
So
much as I say like when I talk shit, I honestly I don't know if I would want to do anything different because then I feel like I'm gonna be on the ship, right? And like if something's happening that's going bad, I'm just like, man, I could be doing this.
Well, like it's one of those mindsets, right? Where like if you can do something well and you're like silently sitting there watching somebody do it not as good as you, it'll drive you crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, like
it's just my brain. That's just how I am. It would bother me. I don't think I would be able to do anything else at this point.
Well, like I said, I do it, and then I get the occasional snippet of boarding. And then I also get like this isn't necessarily a ship job, but I used to be like in Strong Arm. I used to do like I don't know, not spying, but like scouting out ports and stuff, like pirate ports.
Oh, watching streams.
And
yeah.
so,
yeah.
I was a professional stream watcher.
Oh my god.
I was a professional now. But so when we do that, like sometimes I'll do it like because like I'll go because I like doing it and I'm generally good at it. So that's another thing that I do that like gets my itch going for more than just being in a gun deck all the time.
I think a lot of people like I'm happy to see a lot more thieving happening this season. You know, because like I think it's a cool line of role play and it can create content like it can create a hostility between two groups that wouldn't necessarily meet. Right? Like if like a small pirate company pirates like Blackmire, which we've had a small company, Black Spire, pirating like breaking into our place, it gives us that kind of, you know, who is this company, and then it kind of gives them the attention that they might not get because like I don't know how big that company is. I don't even know who it is. That would like if they came out on like a sloop or a schooner to fight us, it wouldn't necessarily go in their way. But right now they keep breaking in, leaving me goofy notes.
What if it's actually just your own crew?
don't tell him about the Black Spire meme. He doesn't need to know. First rule of Black Spire is don't talk about Black Spire.
Sorry.
I'm gonna break into Strong Arms and then just draw a clown face on Neffy's face.
What the heck?
You know,
I had someone do that to me.
Somebody in chat called you Andrew Garfield today. Did you see that?
Okay.
Someone said you look like Andrew Garfield. Yeah, that's a compliment, man. Guys know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah. I suppose. A lot worse. Strong Arm does that already. I forgot I had another question. Well, everybody answer that question that we were just talking about?
I think so, yeah.
I just want to say sorry. I've been persuaded to go join the AARP. It's been fun, guys.
Wow.
Nice.
Who persuaded you and how? Tell me. Hey Sailor, yes. Hey Sailor. I can beat every single one of their options. Hey Sailor.
Listen to me.
Two things. I
Me
will buy
and Sarah, okay, we have a thing, right?
Yep.
We have a bond.
Yep.
Over Jack in the Box.
I'm gonna let you know right now that your bond is about to be broken. I will buy you Taylor Swift tickets and a new computer.
Oh wow!
I think I just won. I think I just won.
I don't even.
I think you did.
Take the deal. Take the deal.
I think I just won.
No deal.
Take them
no
anyway.
Deal.
Take them
no
anyway.
Deal.
No deal is not allowed to be
that
uttered
would
in this chat, eggs.
Oh God! Who said the? Oh, who said the forbidden 2 words?
Those words are not.
I'd have to take that one. Sorry.
You're gonna take.
We turned that into a verb.
You see,
we turned that into a verb. You got new deal. You got no deal.
Yeah, no deal. Yeah. So I think we're all there. Do you guys have any questions for yourselves?
Why did I agree to do this? I'm joking.
We're awesome. All right, one of the questions
That's
was,
true.
and I have questions for 2 of them. Sailor and Neffy, when are you going to stream next?
Oh my God.
I'm
You know, honestly, I just enjoy RP better when I don't stream, which is weird because like I spent most of my RP time streaming and all, and I used to be the type that like I wouldn't even be on a server if I wasn't streaming because I didn't want my chat to miss anything.
Yeah.
But like ever since I stopped, I don't know. I just kind of like it's just not the same. I would probably stream other games, but I have at this moment I don't really have any plans of streaming any RP because I just don't have fun with it. I have to worry about stream snipers or people being malicious because that was a thing that we dealt with a lot in 5.0 and 5.5 is like people being malicious with clips and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just rather just hang out and enjoy the RP instead.
So, you want to know what my advice to you is?
What's that?
With greatness, haters will follow.
I mean, true.
Just the way it is. For every 100 people that like you, like there's 92 people in here right now, and I guarantee you at least one of them fucking hate me. Right? And they hope I fail.
I think that's an underestimation.
There's probably more.
I'm just
There's probably more because I'm an asshole. But, Neffy, when are you going to stream again? Brandon, with a passion. Cyber, you suck. Catch me outside, Cyber. Go ahead, Neffy.
I enjoy streaming. I definitely enjoy it. I'm gonna be completely honest, and I hate beating a dead horse, but when Provo was a thing, it took it out of me so much. Like I was just like, I'm so fucking over this. I do not want to have to stream this. Like me asking my friends if, hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? It took it out of me, and I just never got like the want to do it back. Maybe I will. Like it depends on like kind of what happens with the season and all. Like I feel like if another season like happens and there's not issues with VoIP in the beginning, I would definitely like have that like I'm gonna stream a lot. But I think if the Provo shit just killed me.
The hardest part was
I think that's valid.
The hardest part with streaming too, right, is the fact that there's certain things you can show on RP and there's certain things you can't. Because there are people that are gonna meta you. It's just a thing. Like people will meta you no matter what you're doing. Right?
Yeah.
Sure.
And unfortunately, like there's certain things you can't show. And you're like, dude, it'd be so cool if I could show this. But you can't. Because someone like for instance, like our company last season when we tried to blow up the Plu. Right? We sat outside of the Navy island for an hour because certain individuals were sitting at the end of the port like there were 2 sloops here and they were looking suspicious. Right? So like you just gotta roll with it. It's part of the atmosphere of being a streamer. And usually I love people who meta me. Like to me, a lot of streamers hate meta. To me, there's good meta and bad meta, right? Like bad meta is there to come and ruin your role play, where good meta, if they want to add to it, like someone randomly wants to run into you, they sail like right to you and they want to have that RP with your company. I think that's good meta. If some company wants to like meta where you are to like progress their story, I think that's good meta, right? So that's just me. And then Eggs and Sahara, huh? Turning on the stream ever?
Not on your fucking life.
Good, because your content's my content, Sahara. You know this already.
Oh, wow.
Part of your contract.
Oh, God.
If nobody notices, once you hit the Story Seekers Discord and you hit accept, it says you are now Nightly's content. What it says.
Mm-hmm. It was an upgrade, after we had that that HR talk and changed the words from "you are now Nightly's bitch." I think things got a lot, atmosphere got a lot better in the Discord.
People started to join the Discord again.
They did, yeah, they did.
Does this guy actually call you
every stream? Every stream, Retaliator comes in every stream and goes, "What's up, Ed Sheeran?" Every stream, and then his next comment,
so funny.
His next comment is normally, "You gonna sing yet?" It's usually what it is. He does it. He does have a point. Zeracon, I don't look like Ed Sheeran.
I don't know.
If you want the wrath of the Navy, just kidnap
Where's
Mouse.
song?
I'm gonna,
Where's
to be honest with you,
Where's song?
If I wanted it, I would. Thank you for gifting Retaliator a sub, Freebird.
Nice.
If I was gonna get the wrath of the Navy, I would kill Mouse. I wouldn't just kidnap her. I'd kill her. I would hang her on a sloop in front of the Navy and the trade docks.
She is begging for it.
I would.
Another burning boat.
It would be
the sweet release.
The amazing, heartbreaking RP that would come from her in the port being hung in front of everybody would be amazing.
It'd be horrible.
Now the downside
Oh,
of that
talk
is,
about the hate watching after that. Damn.
As soon as I would do it, the only reason I don't want to do it right now is because that means Trippy has another person to join his company after. Right? And
Funny, I joined a stream earlier, and the first thing I saw was her, and they're saying that she wanted to be kidnapped by the
there you go, Sinners. Sinners. She wants to add it to your list. You know? Robo again. We're Robo again.
Damn.
No.
You love Discord, man? You love
Beep,
Discord?
boop, beep, boop.
All right, chat. Well, I think we're going to call it there. We've had one interaction with her, and she was amazing. Mouse is amazing. B is an amazing person. We no longer pay ransoms. That's good to know.
Nice.
I was so sad that Valentina was going to be Mouse and Flemington's lawyer in their lawsuit against the Lords, and that would have been so much fun. But then the Lords died, and they became judgment proof at that point. Sad days.
That is true.
Chat. Down for a little kidnapping.
I had to put on my my hat, my strong arm hat. Strong arm pride.
Did you have to though? I don't think you had to. I
So like, I have a question. I have a question for you then, Neffy. When you guys aren't strong arm next season, you get new hats.
Probably.
Because you see, so my company's going privateer next season, and I'm just gonna throw this out there. Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna name my company Strong Arm.
Okay.
So you have to.
So that my hat is about your company instead of
Strong
Space
Arm?
Exactly. So then you now become supporting me.
Right. Okay.
This is how Knightley plans on taking over the world. Trademark violations.
Absolutely. I guarantee you Dems hasn't trademarked Strong Arm yet, and I'm doing it right now. I already own I already own it now. Just did it.
Patent pending.
Patent pending.
We're working on it right now, Knightley.
Tony's on it right now.
Yep.
No deal company. I like that one.
Our lawyer will be in touch. So that's gonna be it, guys. Who do you guys want to see on next episode? You got to let me know. I don't know who. I don't have anybody lined up, so we'll figure it out.
Get the borders. Get the borders on.
Oh yeah, combat.
No one cares about the borders.
Listen, if I have the borders on, right? If I have the borders on right now, then Chubbs would actually show up to his first episode in.
So mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
I'll take a spot as
the real drama of the episode.
Wait, I have one more question for you guys. Yeah. I don't think we asked it, but if you guys weren't bosuns, what else would you guys want to do?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Or do you guys? You have to answer. You can't just be like, I'm going to be a bosun forever and ever.
What else would you want to be a top deck and be border, because I'm pretty good at swords, so that'd be really fun.
I would be a shipwright. I like what I did the most of in Atlas pre Darkside was building like the most elaborate designed, boats and bases and things like that, and just kind of ridiculousness. That's what I would do. Be the shipwright.
Nice.
This
Fuck you, Freebird.
doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
I would very specifically be a schooner captain.
You're a rat.
I would want to be a schooner captain.
I have like a love-hate.
It sucks that you weren't around when schooners were OP as fuck.
Yeah, there's shit now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but
unless you
love
a tackle ship.
Right.
Yeah.
Come be a warlord bosun with me. Yes, we're gonna just come over and bite everyone's ankles.
Hey, Eggs, you going Navy next season?
I don't know. I would love to try the pirate life. That's one thing I haven't tried.
We're privateers, but if you want to join a really dope company, because Sailor Ass isn't going to join it with us next season.
I don't want to do
Don't say that. Sailor and I are bonded. We're a bonded pair. You can't adopt us.
Yeah.
You can't adopt one of them without the other one. It's just like rescuing a cat. You got to take 2 kittens, not just one.
All that means is that Trippy's going to get both of you.
Well, I mean, the man collects wives, like Brigham Young collected wives. So what are you gonna do, right?
Just made for this.
Oh
no!
Hell yeah.
That's funny.
Okay, that's it.
Is that where we're calling it now?
He's saying it. He's gonna say it. What is he gonna say?
Oh, he's gonna say it. What's he gonna say? What's he gonna say? What's he gonna say?
Wait, I think I know what he's gonna say.
We're waiting.
Well, I'm gonna put I'm gonna put a timer on it because we're about to raid this nice lady. So
Come on, Trippy.
He only has a few seconds to say it.
Better not take a lot of typing.
He's got a lot more time than he thinks he does. It's like 40 seconds. Sally Ass and me agreed when I swamp pirate, she will be my only wife. Only.
What?
Wow.
What?
Wow.
So Sailor, you're gonna lock him down.
Wow.
Wow.
The whole phase is out of here.
Live on BMad.
Hey, Navy.
For the first 3 days.
Hey, Navy. When Trippy leaves and you need a new crew, I got a crew right now that RP'd last season that is locked up in your jail for life. Unleash us and give us a house. We'll show what real Navy looks like. All right.
Oh.
The Night Riders.
The Night Riders. That'd be the only way I would join the Navy. Anyways, everybody
sit on a throne of lies.
Thank you, Chubbs. Everybody, thank you for coming in. You guys, thank you for being my guest. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your time. If you guys haven't already, in the title is their Twitches. If you go give them a follow, maybe one day Sailor would go live. Neffy's gonna go live again soon because I'm telling, probably sometime this week. Other than that, everybody, I will see you guys later. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for all the follows tonight. Thank you for the raids tonight. Thank you for everything. And we're gonna go raid this nice lady named Strader, who is just every time I'm in there, she seems to be very nice. And we will catch you guys all later.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.